Greg, what do we got? We got a winnable game is what we got. Greg,
Yeah.
winnable game?
Yeah, this should be a great game. I may miss him.
What's up with you?
Not much.
Do tell.
Just
Just here,
ready.
there, and everywhere else?
Wishing I got a white polo too.
Listen, your dad is dialed in. You should have more gear here than anybody.
Yeah. No, I'll just go complain to Artie. He's the one in charge of all of it.
Right. That he is. How was your week? How was your week?
It was good.
I got a fun night planned. Going to see Journey tonight.
Oh, my parents went last night.
Bob, Coach went?
Yeah. This is not the right screen.
You know what? I'm going to attempt something very, very bold right here. Right. No, I can't do that because I have a black t-shirt on. I cannot do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to midfield for a special ribbon cutting ceremony. In 2004, the first artificial turf was installed on Cadet Memorial Field. That original installation was the result of tremendous generosity and support of the class of 1953. After 14 years and hundreds of athletic contests, the original turf had begun to fail, and the Coast Guard Academy Board of Trustees approved the Cadet Memorial Field turf replacement project. Over the course of 2 weeks in August, the Field Turf Company removed the original turf and installed the new field you see before you today, one of the finest in the country. Standing in midfield today to commemorate this new facility is Rear Admiral Bill Kelly, Coast Guard Academy Superintendent, Dr. Dan Rose, Interim Director of Athletics, and Oki the Bear. Also joining the ribbon cutting team is Mr. Chris Rose of Reservist Magazine. In 2011, Chris Rose was the creative force behind the updated athletic logo for the Coast Guard Academy Athletic Department. His most popular creation, the Bear Paw, is now prominently featured at the center of Cadet Memorial Field. Thank you, Chris Rose, for your outstanding graphic design work. Thank you, Captain Louise Smith, and the entire class of 1953 for leading the way on the original project. And thank you, Coast Guard leadership, for supporting the new facility, which will ensure Cadet Memorial Field remains the best college football and lacrosse stadium in the country. Admiral Kelly will now cut the ceremonial ribbon. Let's have a great go Bears for the class of 1953 and the revised artificial turf. 1, 2, 3. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to get a bite to eat. I'm going to get a bite to eat and come back in and get the one.
Brought to you by the members of the Coast Guard Academy Alumni Association. The traditional class walkout celebrates the accomplishments of our returning classes and their support to the Academy over the years. Please welcome our youngest class, the great class of 2019, entering from the south end of Cadet Memorial Field. 2019 is the leading class from the class of 1969 who are celebrating their 50th year. Carrying their class banner are Ensign Helen O. and Ensign Brian Kim, two of the most decorated athletes in Academy history. Ensigns O and Kim were 4-year members of the Bears pistol team, and during their careers won a combined 19 team and individual national championships. Both are currently assigned here at the Academy, while they continue to compete internationally in attempts to represent the Coast Guard, the Academy, at the United States at next summer's Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan. The Academy Alumni Association is proud to support Ensign Zoe and Kim through the Elite Athlete Athletics Fund. Go Class of 2019, Go USA, and Go Bears! From the north end of Cadet Memorial Field, the great class of 2014 returns to the Academy from across the country and overseas for their 5-year reunion, highlighted by Brian Conrad, tied for the farthest reunion here from Kodiak, Alaska. This graduation, 2014, has proudly served across the fleet and continues to affect positive change within the Coast Guard and private sectors. As a class, they have supported the International Cadet Travel Fund, CGA Today, and the Maritime Center of Excellence. The 2014 class motto is Honoring the Past, Guarding the Future. Thank you, 2014, for raising a total of $22,898 since your graduation in 2014. Also, the class is proud to announce their gift to the All Present campaign and their current effort to raise $21,000 to support the Maritime Center of Excellence, among other projects. The great class of 2009 is celebrating their second reunion, commemorating their first decade of service to our nation, both within and outside the Coast Guard. Over these years, members of the class have distinguished themselves, leading Coast Guard members in accomplishing missions as diverse as recovery operations after the 2010 Haiti earthquake, to rebuilding Puerto Rico and Houston after Hurricanes Maria and Harvey, to executing record-breaking maritime counter-narcotics interdictions throughout the Eastern Pacific. Equally, many classes have transitioned to leadership in industry and the public sector. 09ers are especially proud to announce that with the help of their link in the chain class of 1959, at this homecoming they are making a substantial donation to the Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center project to memorialize their fallen classmate, Thomas Cameron. We welcome Thomas's family to our 10-year reunion as we help to secure his lasting legacy at the Academy and look forward to continuing our contributions to the rich heritage of the Long Blue Line that we celebrate this weekend. Thank you, class of 2009, for your lifetime giving of $98,583. Also, the class is proud to announce their gift of $75,000 for the All Present campaign in support of the Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center. Now coming onto the field, hailing from far and wide, members of the Great Coast Guard Academy class of 2004. 336 eager young men and women were sworn in on July 5th, 2000, when the Coast Guard was still part of the Department of Transportation. And 196 received commissions 4 years later on May 9th, 2004, under the then newly established Department of Homeland Security. This class famously started their journey by crashing Academy internet servers via Napster music downloads, and capped off their time at the Academy with a class-wide restriction to ensure that Case Hall was clean for their upcoming graduation. Over the past 15 years, this class has diligently served our country and humanity on the seas, in the air, along our shores, and at the highest levels of government, emulating the class motto, Forward Without Fear. Thank you, class of 2004, for your lifetime giving of $54,282. Let's hear a resounding welcome to the class of 2004. Maybe it's my head in the clouds, but did someone say 20 years? Well, I cannot tell a lie. It was fourth class Nieves. 20 years can't be right. Look at this group. They look amazing. Graduating just over 50% of the class that was sworn in on that fateful day in July 1995, 99ers are a proud group of survivors. Through their bonds, they survived the academic thinning of the herd of 96, police raids on campus pizza, massive gym gear-induced financial indebtedness, clandestine Tupperware manifestos, and the invention of this thing called the Internet, and instant messaging, and most noteworthy, the man. Pioneers of leading-edge initiatives like color computer monitors, the colored collar devices still worn by cadets today, and dropping large fruits and electronic devices down Chase Hall stairwells, 99ers truly led the way. They come from a period of time when phones took coins to operate. Many still awake at night in cold sweats with fourth class, get the phone, ringing in their ears. Other battles, the visions of repeated swirlies. Despite that, they have gone on to command the world's Bodies, Airedales, and fish kissers. Others crossed over and have become giants within government and industry, more successful CEOs and entrepreneurs. Some have enough pairs of twins to start their own farm. And, of course, they're the lawyers, also known as the hockey team. The class of 99 would also like to take a moment to honor their classmates that continue to guard our coast from that high-endurance cutter in the sky, Steve, was Lenko and T.J. Hopkins. We miss you, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class so remarkable that even the artist formerly known as Prince wrote songs for them. The few, the survivors, the mighty class of '99. By God, go Bears! Thank you to the class of '99 for your lifetime giving of $104,315. The class is also proud to announce their gift of $40,000 for the Women's Leadership Initiative endowment as part of the All Present campaign. On July 9th of 1990, the 318 men and women of the class of '94 embarked on a journey here in New London. '94 was the largest class since 1976 and graduated 32 women, the most of any class at the time. Today, 53 members remain on active duty. As the last class of the Coast Guard's second century, 1994 witnessed a lot of change. As fourth class cadets, Macintosh computers and floppy disks were a new thing on campus, and many in the class used them efficiently, perfecting their virtual golf swing and conquering the world in a game of computerized Risk. A major bathrobe upgrade began with this class as well, which proved to be a popular white card item. 94's tall ship experiences came twice aboard Eagle, and for a few others, a couple of weeks on board the Russian tall ship Deserva, trying to navigate charts written in other languages. Anyway, cultivating partnerships, 1994 performed extensive outreach with other colleges all around New England and established off-site workplaces at campus and Captain's Pizza. The members of '94 have excelled both in and out of the Coast Guard, and over the years the class has produced a wide variety of professionals, from aviators, doctors and lawyers, to financial professionals, professors and law enforcement. They have distinguished themselves with extensive honors and awards, both here at the Academy and well beyond it. They've accumulated numerous and successful air, sea, and shore commands, and they've recently acquired their first admiral. Today we honor, if not the greatest class, and the best-looking class ever to walk through the front gates of the Coast Guard Academy. Thank you to the class of '94 for your lifetime giving of $212,926. Also, the class is proud to announce their gift of $94,000 to the Merle J. Smith Eclipse Legacy Endowment, McAllister Hall Cyber Lab, and the Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center as part of their All Present campaign. Sporting their 30th year Bears gear, almost half of the 169 graduates from Hauppauge, Long Island to Happy Valley, Montana have gathered to celebrate. Since reporting in on July 1st, 1985 with their typewriters in hand, the class of '89's service to their country and humanity began by protecting lives at sea, by moving the entire waterfront inventory up to Roland's fifth deck, and standing Norwich Patrol during Hurricane Gloria. They facilitated commerce by shipping 89 metric tons of soda from the Johnson Hall Mini Mart up to the State's all-day rooms. They enforced the law of answering 1,989 payphones on less than 3 rings, and while having nothing to do with maritime environmental protection, they wish Bruce Springsteen had only gone down 8 or 9 times in that darn song. While they never beat Captain Cummins at shining brass belt buckles, as his were gold-plated, the class unveiled the renovated Statue of Liberty aboard Eagle. And while they never beat Coach Ditchman in tennis, they were 1988's Eastern Connecticut Athletic Conference football champions. They have since proven themselves worthy of the traditions of the commissioned officers throughout their careers. They are captains of industry, finance, published authors, marathon finishers, college professors, medical doctors, entrepreneurs, business leaders, graphic designers, Ironman champions, not to mention scratch golfers. They have commanded districts, cutters, air stations, sectors, bases, and acronyms such as CSC, LDC, CDRC, NMC, ICC, FDCC, MSC, HSWL, T1, T8, T9. They're parents of kids ranging in age from 29 years to 11 months, and they're starting to emerge as grandparents. Thank you to the class of 1989 for your lifetime giving of $410,466. Also, the class is proud to announce their gift of $25,000 to support the Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center as part of the All Present campaign. In 1984, you may recall playing the video game Tetris in an arcade, playing music from a vinyl album, sitting on a turntable, talking on a corded telephone that was bolted to a wall, or going to a theater to watch a movie. There was no internet, no Microsoft Windows, no iPods, no texting, no email. The class of '84 convened as 350 classmates on July 7th, 1980, and graduated 198 ensigns in 1994 that were dedicated to making a difference through their service. 35 years later, they celebrate the profound contributions that their class has made in the Coast Guard, in government, community, and endeavors that focus on service above self. They continue to create a difference wherever their home finds them today. As the great class of 1984 gathers once again on these hallowed grounds of their beloved alma mater, they pay respect and honor to the memory of those classmates, family members, and mentors who have crossed the bar, never to be forgotten. Thank you, class of 84, for your lifetime giving of $429,702. Please turn your attention to the happy group marching onto the field, the spirited class of 1979. Including the farthest returner, Captain Chris Conklin, coming from Honolulu, Hawaii. In late June '75, over 400 young men entered the academy gates to join the ranks of the Corps Cadets. 210 went on to graduate 4 years later. A few more opted for the 5-year plan and entered the Coast Guard Officer Corps. Adopted in class fathers who reserved to be worthy, this class strived for excellence in whatever they did. As cadets, their spirits were unequal. They founded Bear Mania in the cheering section, Rag Road, showing true support for sport teams and the pride in the academy that lives on today in the class and Corps. Over the last 40 years, members of the class have fanned out across the nation and around the world to serve as leaders in the Coast Guard, private business, academia, public service, and charitable work. Today, over 100 classmates from the 70s, spouses, and friends have returned to celebrate their 40th reunion with an unwavering resolve to be worthy of the confidence and responsibilities entrusted in them by their families, colleagues, and fellow citizens. Their devotion to each other and the academy and their pride in servicing their country and fellow man remains steadfast. Thank you to the class of '79 for your lifetime giving of $661,271, which includes the class of '79 endowment with a goal of $400,000 supporting the Postal Sales Training Program. Welcome back, great class of 1979, stronger than ever. Entering Cadet Memorial Stadium this time is the vintage year class, the class of 1974. The class of '74 is celebrating its 45th anniversary this homecoming weekend. In 1970, they entered the halls of Chase Hall with over 350 in Swab Summer. 4 years later, they graduated 200, more or less. Our academy days were quite memorable, sailing the Eagle to Europe to participate in Op Sail 72, creation of the crew team, an NCAA consecutive field goal record, winning sports team, and a stellar academic record. After graduation, they made their mark at sea and in flight. Some did our 5-year obligation, while others continued on and retired from the Coast Guard, though not necessarily from the workforce. Some of us are still serving as contractors or government employees. They are proud to have 6 flag officers from their class, most of whom are pursuing new interests such as triathlons, marathons, motorcycles, and spoiling their grandchildren, traveling, or just plain being 100% retired. This homecoming reunion, they honor and will always remember 30 fallen classmates who have crossed the bar. We would be remiss if we did not thank their 2 class advisors, Admirals Joe Borbach and Admiral Jim Lloyd, for their outstanding guidance and help in making 1974 an extremely successful class. The class of '74 is proud to provide financial support to the distinguished graduate panel and other alumni association endeavors and challenges all classes to stand with us. Thank you to the class of 1974 for your lifetime giving of $855,517. They are also proud to announce their gift of $119,074 to the Cadet Club Sports Endowment and the Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center as part of the All Present campaign. For their 50th, they have made a commitment to the newest Coast Guard Academy project, the Maritime Center of Excellence, with a goal to be announced soon. Congratulations to the great class of 1974. Now entering the field is the distinguished class of 1964, celebrating its 55th graduation anniversary. Members of 64 have made significant contributions to the Coast Guard, government, business, and academia since graduation. The class includes an admiral, 2 vice admirals, and 3 rear admirals, and were leaders of the only undefeated and untied football team in Academy history. The class has consistently been among the top classes in Academy support, especially Cadet Leadership Development Initiatives, including the National Leadership Conference Endowment. The class has given over $1 million to the Alumni Association and pledged an additional $100,000 for the new 3-year commitment. Thank you, class of 1964, for your lifetime gifts totaling $1,813,319 back to your academy, impacting the cadets every day. The class of 64 is also proud of their continuing support for the 64 Leadership Conference Endowment. Their gift of $104,000 to the Autogram Hall of Athletic Excellence as part of the All Present campaign and are proud to be supporting the Maritime Center of Excellence project. Finally, the class of 64 would like to shout out, Go Bears! Now entering the south end of the field is the great class of 1959, celebrating their 60th year. On June 8, 1955, 260 candidates came through the Academy's Mohegan Gate to take the oath of allegiance on the steps of Hamilton Hall in the year since their graduation. Members of the class distinguished themselves as district commanders, commanding officers of air stations, large cutters, patrol boats, and Lorraine stations, as engineering officers, and as aviators. 9 members of the class were among the first Coast Guard officers deployed to Vietnam. 6 of the 80 members of the class of 1959 achieved flag rank, while 3 members gave their lives in the line of duty so that others may live. A number of classmates went on to establish leadership roles in nuclear medicine, pharmacology, finance, information technology, marine transportation, and offshore drill exploration. 3 members of the class have been honored as distinguished graduates of the Coast Guard Academy. Thank you, class of 1959, for your lifetime gifts from all classmates totaling $2,288,173 back to your academy and back to the cadets every day. The class of 1959 has supported the Hall of Heroes, Cadet Dancers, and Hewitt Writing and Speaking Awards, and current efforts with their Lincoln and Chain class of 2009 for the Cadet Strength and Conditioning Center, and their efforts to renovate the Chase Hall Cardio and Weight Room. Congratulations, class of 1959. The class of 1954 became Coast Guard cadets in July 1950 as 216 strong. They were selected from 1,500 applicants. It was at the time the largest class in the history of the Academy. They came from 32 states in the Canal Zone. 20% had attended college and 4 had service in the Coast Guard. They watched the Coast Guard Memorial Chapel being built. President Harry Truman visited them. They marched in Dwight Eisenhower's inaugural parade, sailed the Eagle from New London to Oslo, Norway in 21 days without the use of Eagle's main engine, hitting a high of 18 knots. The class made significant contributions to the Academy's athletic programs. Little All-America selectees Bill Tello, Chuck Hahn, and Guy Mazzell were mainstays of the Academy's first undefeated football team in 1953. Al Reef and Bill Tello were New England wrestling champions. Crook Stewart and George Wagner were among the top collegiate sailors in the East Coast. In May 1954, 90 members graduated. All were assigned initially to sea duty on ocean station vessels throughout the Atlantic, Pacific, and on polar icebreakers. 25% went to become Coast Guard aviators, and another 45% as Lieutenant JGs commanded long-range aids and navigation stations commanding remote and isolated sites throughout the far Pacific, Western, and Atlantic Oceans. During their tenure in service was marked by the transfer of the Coast Guard from the Treasury Department to the Department of Transportation, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Cuban Exodus, the Vietnam conflict, and the introduction of jet aircraft into service. They marked their post-Coast Guard service in academia, commerce, industry, medicine, and clergy. 15 members of the class of 1954 have returned here today for their 65th reunion. Thank you to the class of 1954 for your lifetime gift totaling $543,902 back to your academy. The class is also proud to announce their gift of $100,000 to the Geographic Information System Initiative as part of the All Present campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class of 1949 on their 70th homecoming. The oldest alumni in attendance, William Clark, Admiral Anthony Fagaro, and Commander Pop Shelley. In 1945, it was the last class to have trained on the Danish square rigger Danmark. In 1948, it was the first class to sail the Eagle back to Europe from New London to London. In 1949, out of a starting class of 158 cadets, 54 were commissioned. In the 70s, of these 54 graduates, 7 became rear admirals, one of the highest percentages of the class to achieve flag rank. Of the 54, 10 have survived to reach 90 years of age. Among them were Admiral James Gracie, the oldest surviving commandant, and Vice Admiral Charles Larkin, the oldest surviving Coast Guard Academy superintendent, and the oldest surviving ancient albatross. The class of 49 has always been staunch supporters of the Alumni Association and Cadet Corps. 2 days ago, 49's widow, Bonnie Young, was honored by the Alumni Association with the Distinguished Service Award. 5 years ago, 49er Cy Chichter was honored as a distinguished philanthropist. Since its 65th homecoming, the class of 49 has donated funds to install a flight simulator in Chase Hall. 1949, the class that keeps on giving. Thank you, 49, for your lifetime gift totaling $975,465 back to your academy. The class is also proud to announce a gift of $105,000 for the Tenet Aviation Simulator as part of the All Present campaign. Welcome to the class of 1949. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of colors and the arrival of our medallion class. A total of 78 members and 5 widows of the class of 1969 are here to celebrate their 50th reunion, including spouses, guests, and children. There are a total of 154 participating in this weekend's festivities. Thanks to our very experienced and talented reunion coordinators Barbara and Bob Thorne, we are having a great 50th. 4 sons and 1 daughter of the members of the class of 1969 are members of the class of 1994 who are celebrating their 25th reunion this weekend. Yesterday, the class was pleased to have presented their gift to the Academy at the George Washington Monument on the parade field. Thank you to the class of 1969 for your lifetime giving of $534,481 and for your 50th reunion gift of over $200,000 to erect the Washington Monument. In July of 1965, 256 dared swabs swore in. 4 years later, 131 energetic ensigns began their service to their country and humanity. The intervening 3 years, 10 months, and 19 days might be best described as Chase Hall Trump.
Dress blues and dress white, have to look so nice and salute just right. All day we in class, working hard so we can get some marching, styling, weekend in the city. Used to dress up fine and shoes we shine. Salute was something so pretty. Too white, hacking. Also told the fire now. Too white, hacking. Wrinkle 68 and super jealous now. Too white, hacking. 1070 sitting in no man's land. Too white, hacking. And the rain's gonna hold us back. Break it down. 69 is strolling downtown. 69 is strolling downtown. 69 is strolling downtown. The Chase Hall folks gon' give it to you. The Chase Hall folks gon' give it to you. The Chase Hall folks gon' give it to you. Saturday night to be inside. Don't believe it this much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medallion class, the great class of 1969.
Don't believe it this much. Don't believe it this much. Don't believe it this much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem and the alma mater being sung by our Cadet Academy Glee Club under the direction of Dr. Robert Newton, celebrating his 50th year of service to his country.
Whose
Well, from the banks of the Thames River here in New London, Connecticut, welcome to Cadet Memorial Field, home of your Coast Guard Academy Bears. And what a fantastic pregame ceremony for homecoming football here at the Academy. Bears back-to-back home games. They are 3-1 in the year, coming off of a hard-fought victory last week against Curry. This is the sandwich game of their 3-game homestand. They take on Catholic today. The Bears 3-1, Catholic 0-4. Keith O'Brien, Dan Zampano, bringing you all the action. Dan, and what an absolutely gorgeous setting for college football here in southeastern Connecticut.
You know, we talked about it last week, right before last week's game. The first time we got to see this new field. Well, now it's really fall types of weather, and it's even more beautiful watching every single class in the last 5-year increments come back for homecoming weekend.
Let's take a look at a little more of the festivities.
Every single officer in the United States Coast Guard will cross the sill here and spend some time on board your academy. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for all that you have done, all that you are doing, and all that you will do to support us in our efforts to develop leadership character. I hope you've taken a moment today, yesterday, or tomorrow to walk around campus and see the changes that are happening because of your efforts, because of your dedication, and because of your support. As you sit up in those stands today, I want you to look out across this beautiful field, our new logo, our video scoreboard, which is also saying top #1 public school in the region. Woo-hoo! That was pretty neat. But I want you to look down on that Pine Hall. Many of you remember Pine Hall from your days. When you come back in 5 years for your reunion, and I hope you come back sooner than that, you will see the Maritime Center of Excellence. It will be the maritime front door for your United States Coast Guard Academy. By 2021, we will be down there. Our students will be down there doing what they do with their amazing faculty and staff. And it could not have happened without your support. So again, thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all that you are doing. And thank you for all that you will do to support us in our mission to develop leadership character. And before I turn the mic back over, I'd like to ask you to help me with a little Go Bears. So I'm going to give you the 1, 2, 3, and you're going to give me the Go Bears. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Welcome home, everyone. Thank you.
Go Bears indeed, as we bring you the action here, live from Cadet Memorial Field. And this place looks fantastic. Coast Guard again comes in at 3-1, looking for their first win in league play. This sandwich game of a 3-game homestand, if you ever want to call that in football. And Dan, we're coming off of a week last week where we saw Coast Guard scored 17 points. The offense struggled a little bit, but the defense picked them up in the second half.
Yeah, all 17 came in the first half. So once again, they were not able to get that offense going for a full game. That's what we'd really like to see today. And I'm sure Coach George, we talked about it with him earlier this week, he just wants to get better on offense each and every week. And today's a good day to do it because they play a very weak Catholic defense.
Yeah, weak Catholic defense indeed. And talk about Coast Guard's defense. They're only averaging 34.7 yards giving up on the ground all season long. We could talk about the sacks. We could talk about all the great interceptions, 4 takeaways last week. But it's the people up front that are the run stuffers are setting the tone for that defensive line.
You talk about a couple of guys there. When you talk Coast Guard defense, it starts with R.J. Robisky and Phil Orlando up front. They have been the leaders so far. Senior leadership is obviously key on any Coast Guard team, but they're doing it as well in the stat sheet. As we talk about, R.J. Robisky has been an animal on defense with sacks so far this season. Obviously, we know that they have 19 sacks coming in total as a team. Well, Robisky has 6 of those, and Orlando has 5 of them. So 11 of the 19 come from those two guys. And, of course, you can't forget as well up front the linebacking crew as well, linebackered and kind of anchored there by Dan Dingus.
Yeah, and Coast Guard, we're going to look at junior quarterback Brady Berger for Catholic, who returns from his injury since week 2. So he missed a couple games. He was dinged up. He's a junior quarterback. He's 6'2", 201 from Charlotte, North Carolina. And when you talk about teams searching for identity, a little bit this Catholic team is in that same pace. They are last in the NUMAC with points per game, over averaging 14.5 points a game and only 209 yards total per game. So some low numbers for Catholic, and this is going to be a tough order for this team on the road, at homecoming, with everybody from the Coast Guard Academy back here on the field. So Catholic has their work cut out for them. So let's just see if they can rely on their junior quarterback back from injury.
Yeah, they got 95-year-olds today from 1949 going to be yelling at them, basically, all over the field. So it's going to be a very tough thing. We weren't sure if Brady Berger was going to start this week, but he is starting today. Now, they have gone through 3 quarterbacks this year. So it has been kind of trial by error type of situation for Catholic this year. Berger right now, they're not turning the ball over that much. It's just they cannot move the football. They have had such a hard time. Very balanced on offense, but only scoring 14 points a game. That just is not going to get it done, especially already this year. They already faced D1 competition when they played Georgetown for the first time in 26 years. I know this isn't D1, but still, they're going to have a tough time against this Coast Guard defense that is not allowing anybody to score.
Well, let's take a look here at the players to watch for today's game. Dan will give you his guy on offense. I'll give you my guy on defense. Dan, offensive player to watch today for the Bears.
Offensive player to watch. Listen, I'm giving you 2. I'm going to give you Chris Gardner and John Wagner. Those are the 2. I want to see running game be more apropos in this offense, work out better. They need to have a full game, and maybe the first half they will. It's got to be the whole game, 60 minutes of football for them. Right now, Wagner leading the team in yards with 240, but Gardner and Wagner have virtually split carries.
Yeah.
Gardner, we talked to Coach George earlier this week, and he said Gardner's a little down so far this year because and he wants to get things going. I think today is a perfect day to unleash the bull and get Gardner rocking and rolling.
Career high, 109 yards for Gardner last year against this Catholic team. Bears ran for 200 yards total down in D.C., so great point with keys to the game with the dual threat at running back, Wagner and Gardner. On defense, I'm going to stay cover guys. I'm going to stay with Michael Goldsworthy, number 27. I'll stay with him, and he's my guy to watch, so if any kind of plays, they're going to be Catholic want to make downfield, Goldsworthy and Crowley, those are my 2 guys. Safety, Pat Crowley got burnt a little bit last week against Villanueva. It was got 180 yards receiving, but I'll keep an eye on those 2 guys. I'm going to rely on my corners to shut down the passing game, so my guys up front can get the sacks and anchor things down the line. Again, only averaging about 34.5 yards a game rushing to an opponent. And that's staggering at any level of football.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm glad you took Crowley because Crowley had a bad first half, and even in the second half gave up some yards, but he did get that interception. He did get that fumble recovery late in that game against Curry last week, so he was able to make up for it. Senior leadership is so key as well, and Michael Goldsworthy, we saw him. He was looking for that slant route last week, wasn't he?
Yeah,
they tried to pull that on him today.
Yeah.
He's going to go in for the house.
Yep. Now you're talking about a team here in the defense, too. In back-to-back weeks, 5 turnovers. Yep. At Norwich on the road in the game they lost, a tough game. So +4 in a turnover margin 2 weeks ago. And then last week, same thing. 4 turnovers against Curry, and they did not turn the ball over. So when you're giving yourself chances like that, it's hard not to lose. And when you have an opportunistic defense, you talk about the sacks, you talk about stuff in the run game. But when you're creating turnovers, you're creating more opportunities for your offense.
They've had 9 turnovers created in 4 games.
Yeah.
That's over two turnovers per game, and this team, like we said, Catholic not turning the ball over that much. They're facing the first time they're going to taste one of the best defenses in the country. I mean, if you look at statistically by the Division III model on the NCAA website, they are up there in sacks, they are up there in interceptions, especially like Robisky, like we said. But you're right, turnovers are key because they get your offense in good field position as well.
Yeah, when you talk about the importance of the game too, as far as league play goes, I mean, both these teams are 0-1. Coast Guard, their loss up at Norwich. Norwich right now beating Springfield 17-7.
Yep.
Well, you guys caught up on some of the scores as the game goes along. So, putting yourself in a position to go to 4-1 and 1-1 in the league with another league game at home next week. So, now this is the time where you can, we bit the bullet the first 3 weeks by traveling.
Yep.
Now you can start reaping the luxury a little bit.
Yeah, the schedule only gets tougher from this point out. It's important to get that first league win, especially when Springfield, now obviously the players don't know this yet, but Springfield looking like they may go down today barring a big comeback. So again, how important is it to get your first win in the conference? Very important today, and especially to beat a team. Look, the Coach George does not look at Catholic, an 0-4 team, as any different than his own team.
No.
He says, look, we are just like them. We need to get better every single week. We're not going to play down to our competition. We're going to go out and play Bears football, Bears defense, Bears offense, and do everything in all 3 facets of the game to make sure that we get through to next week at 4-1.
Yep, it's a beautiful day here for football. Dan Rose, I see the interim AD downstairs. Tim Fitzpatrick, the old AD, is back. He is on the sidelines. I had a chance to jaw with him before the game, and just to come back home and to see so many of the people and the cadets and like you said, some of the people from they graduated 50 years ago. I mean, and then some. It's tremendous the thing that's going on here today.
And they're sharing these stories in the pregame. If you just watch that ceremony, you've got the class of 1959 sailing to Oslo, Norway with no engine. I mean, just stories like that is just what makes this place one of the most rich cultures in all of college football.
Yeah, the only thing bad I can say about this experience today is I had a hard time getting through every check stop to come to a point over an Upper Ballard lot. So I was stopped every 33 feet, I think it was. So we're listening. They're just doing their job, and I see the Bears getting ready to come out and take the field. And I am fired up. I'm ready for this game. I expect the Bears to play very, very well today.
I do too. I'm surprised you got in the Bear lot. I'm parked all the way down the street.
I had like a shuttle bus you in.
10-minute walk here. It was unbelievable.
Park in Mr. G's restaurant. They gotta bus you in from down there.
A little pregame snack, and here come the Bears. And oh boy, look at those unis today.
Yeah, those throwback uniforms today for Coast Guard Academy. It is homecoming 2019. Bears 3-1 off of a 7-3 last year. Captains will take the field. Here they come.
It looks like Justin Moffitt going to get a captainship today.
Robisky, Pierce, Orlando, Mark Wick. Justin Moffitt getting a little slide in there at captain today, huh?
We'll talk about Moffitt a little later. He was the guy we got to talk to at the luncheon earlier this week. Man, oh man, does he have a mentality that Coach George just loves.
He's a football player, that's for sure. The rest of the Bears gathering in by the, I guess we call that the south end zone. We're going to call it the south side end zone, right?
I'm loving those
Jackie?
white helmets.
South end zone. You like the white helmets down there?
Love those.
Video scoreboards, all brand new. Ryan Jones, quarterback, waving the flag. Ready to get the troops out there. And this is just a beautiful day for college football. You have a couple of boats on the water out there. We'll keep you up to breast. We want to make you feel like you're here. Because it is absolutely gorgeous. It is about, 63 degrees? What do you got?
We got 59.
59 degrees right now. It is perfect fall afternoon. Next week the leaves will be in full bloom. Full foliage, is that what you call it?
Yeah, foliage. Yeah. The photosynthesis process.
Do a little apple picking after the game. Make some apple pie. And we're all set.
We are ready, man. This is going to be exciting. Obviously, we talk about the trees changing colors on this orange field. It's starting to happen. Fall's in the air. Pumpkin spice. I'm feeling it. I love it. Coast Guard football's back.
Right here on my coffee.
Of course.
In front of you.
Runs on Duncan.
I'm a flavored coffee guy. I'm not afraid to admit it. I am not going to turn in my man card. Pumpkin spice.
Here
come the Bears. Ryan Jones leading the way for your Coast Guard Academy Bears. Like that cannon. Well, I tell you, if there's one place better than watching the game from the booth, it's on the sidelines. And the thing about our press box is we are right on top of things right here. We're right at the 50-yard line. And the players are right down below us. There's not a lot of room between the sidelines and the bleachers.
Right.
So we have a front row seat for this partner, and I can't wait.
It's like a bird's eye view up here, getting to watch this, and they look fantastic out there. Obviously, some of the it looks like we're going to have a special coin toss here from one of the honorable guests here for the Coast Guard Academy as well.
You had a chance to go to the luncheon during the week, Dan? Did you go to the Officers Club?
Yes.
They got the food. You got the pesto sandwich.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. I went with the pesto panini this week.
What was the tone, from the coaching staff and some of the players coming off that win last week at home?
You know what? I got to say, room for improvement. I kept
really?
Room
Okay.
for improvement.
Yeah.
They weren't satisfied because Moffitt was Moffitt, George, and actually wide receivers coach Eric Gherkin, who's brand new, who we'll talk about later on. They all said there's so many things that we need to work on offensively. Defensively, yes, we're fine. We get it. Like, we're very good there. But offensively, they do need to improve just a little bit.
Well, Catholic wins the toss. They'll defer. Coast Guard will start the game with the football. Catholic trying to... The old Bill Belichick, does he ever defer? He takes the ball, doesn't he?
I don't think he ever takes the ball.
He doesn't ever?
He'll defer.
He likes that double down before halftime. Yeah, he does.
Guess who he has at quarterback, a 2-minute drill? I mean, come on. That's tough to compete with.
Coast Guard will go right to left from south to north to start the game. Slight breeze out there, maybe to the south, flags moving, but just a breeze. No wind. A crisp fall day for college football. Here we go.
And not a cloud in the sky, Keith,
No,
either. It is
beautiful
picture
day.
perfect.
Beautiful day. I had a chance to do a couple of high school games last
Yep.
night, so I am.
You were up in Waterford last
That
night?
was at Waterford right
Waterford
down
last
the
night?
road.
Much better game than I went to. Rocky Hill. Up
Rocky
there.
Hill, there you go. So a little high school football last night, a little college football here
Of course.
with the Bears today. Wow, good college football weekend. We'll get into all the national stuff. We're going to have a good time here this afternoon. Kicking off number 13, Fabrizio Riley for Catholic. A sophomore, 6 foot, 177 is Riley. Back deep to receive for Coast Guard will be number 33, Jared Coletti, and number 39, James Duran. Couple of good-looking sophomores there. Coletti, a freshman, check that, from Quakertown, Pennsylvania.
The old Amish country.
And Duran, sophomore from Sterling, Virginia. Kick is up, and we're underway here at the Academy. Duran from the 15. Dances across to the 30, and he is brought down there by number 10, Drew Thomas. So here we come with the Coast Guard offense. We'll get a first look at the quarterback, Ryan Jones, and a team and a game plan today. What you think they're going to have to run the football?
I do. I think they will run the football. I think Ryan will run the football. Ryan didn't run it all last week, but he normally does. In fact, Ryan Jones has 35 attempts so far this season, not far off from Gardner and Wagner. So let's see if they implement
Moffitt,
that.
Morales, Jamie, top of the formation. Middleton at the bottom. Gardner in the backfield. Jones will operate as he normally does out of the gun. Bubble screen out to Moffitt. Sticks his head down. Gets 4 hard-earned yards. And a little scripping and scraping at the end of the play from Moffitt. It's going to open.
Good way to get him out in open space early, obviously. You know, Moffitt earlier this year actually had a separated shoulder after the first game and didn't play in the second game of the season against Norwich. So now he's fully healthy, ready to go, and looks better than ever.
Pierce in the formation. H-back / tight end. Jamie gets the call. Nice easy pitch and catch for Jones. 2 for 2. First down, move the sticks, Coast Guard.
Nice and easy passes. They're playing off coverage. Ryan's just taking exactly what they give him. Perfect job.
Trying to get some sort of rhythm early for Ryan
We
Jones.
saw
Yes.
this. We saw this last week at the beginning of the game. Same type of thing.
So 1st and 10 Coast Guard from their own 41-yard line. Game just underway. 14-20 and counting. Keith O'Brien, Dan Zampano bringing you all the action on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Wagner, right side, got a hole, sticks his head down, gets 3 tough yards. Tackle on the play by number 8, Jake Ballard.
We think Jordan Iarte is back out there this week, so that is a...
No, you've got
he's
Ryan
not
Allen.
outside.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ryan
I'll
Allen.
give you the starters for Coast Guard. On the front line, you're going to have Schroeder, Allen, Gee, Roush, and Childress up front. Jones, quick hitter to Pierce. I like that tight end play up the seam. 3 for 3 for Ryan Jones. He looks sharp.
Right to the soft hands of Scott Pierce. Jones finding Pierce. It sat right down in the middle of that zone between the linebacker and the safety and hit him perfectly in stride. Nice little pickup there. And now the Bears got something rolling here, got something cooking.
I like the rhythm. I like the pace and the tempo early. Gardner in the backfield. Different look this time for Coast Guard on offense. Gardner gets the call. Quick feet, gets to the edge, sticks his head down, and a workman-like 4 yards for Chris Gardner.
Again, Gardner feeling it out, waiting for the play to develop and get his blockers to open up some holes there. Listen, this is a big game for him. I think this week is the week where he wants to build his momentum to springboard him later into the second half of the season.
Number 7, Riley Alaspa. He's a 5'10" junior. Lined up as almost the H-back in front of Gardner.
Michigan man.
Yeah. Jones will look to his left. Throw deep down the middle, and he's got Justin Moffitt. Touchdown, Bears. Pitch and catch. It's too easy. Money Moffitt.
Justin Moffitt wide open, running right down the middle of the field. That's a little ghost to the post type of thing going on there as Moffitt comes from the inside slot. Jones lays that one out perfectly, and he has been getting more confident every week. And with the deep pass, he had a deep pass for a touchdown last week. By the way, that's the first touchdown for any receiver not named Damaso Jamie this year, too.
Well, I think early Coach Rayla Ford got Ryan Jones in some sort of rhythm and tempo with those short passes and make him feel comfortable. The extra point is up and good. But the short passes worked. First call to the deep ball, pay dirt.
Laid him to kind of little again. Lulled him to sleep. Take what they give you. Take what they give you. Catholic has given up a ton of big plays this season, and they do it once again there. Great find though. A great layout pass.
And Jackie Bono, our camera person up here, was ready for that cannon fire that time. She knows it's coming. She didn't know it was there in the pregame. It's off to the far right, corner of the south end zone. And cannon goes off, and I get a little shaky.
I do, and it's just every pregame, Jackie has that one bounce, and then she'll be okay for the rest of the game. MVP, Jackie Bono.
Crowley will come in. He'll kick off for the Bears. Back deep to receive for the Cardinals is number 11, Nick Gonzalez, Miami, Florida. And number 22, Adrian Camo, a freshman from Brookville, Maryland.
Bet he'd like to be in Miami right now.
Southeastern Connecticut's a bad place to be right now.
Not terrible right now, especially in the fall.
Crowley puts a boot on it. Ball will bounce at the 15. Scooped up there by Camo. And he sticks his head down. He crosses the 30. He'd be first and 10 from the 32 for Catholic. And look at our first look here at number 12, Brady Berger. Brady has not played since week 2. He is a 6'2" junior, we said, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Man down for Catholic. So you got to think after having a couple weeks off, coming off of an injury here too, with Berger, probably going to try to find him to get a feel for the game early.
Yeah, Berger, again, like you said, he came in and was actually playing okay in the first couple of games, got in against Georgetown and everything like that, but now it seems as if he's going to have to find his rhythm again after a couple of weeks off. It's actually an injured Bear that's down here.
An injured player for Coast Guard. They did not get a number down there on him.
37.
37, Kane Holtzhauser.
Yeah. And now Coach George out there as well. So.
Coach George down there. Looks all right.
Well, it's good to see again. But this is now going to be involving the defense and seeing what they do.
Kane's up.
Not putting a lot of pressure on that, but that's all right.
Coming off the field, Allentizer. Bill George coming off the field.
That should be.
Here comes that Coast Guard defense I talked about. Goldsworthy and Crowley to keep an eye on. The big ones up front. No trips to the bottom of the formation.
It was like a penalty there against Coast Guard as well, so it's putting them up to the 38-yard line.
A swing pass out in the flat. Slipped the tackle. Sticks his head down as number 4, Brian Malara. So 8 yards on first down, just like that.
Malara only a 5'7", 194, but he's a slippery guy. This is a young team. A lot of sophomores here. You've got 2 sophomore wide receivers. You've got 2 sophomores starting on the offensive line. A lot of youth here in Catholic.
Berger will operate from the gun. Looks to his right. Try to step the screen. Got his guy. Blocker in front. And a big tackle that time by number 43 for Coast Guard, Bitzer. But again, nice pickup there by Valera and gets a first down.
Very big time tackle. I mean, that screen was perfectly set up. They're trying to take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Coast Guard pass rush, and it worked that time.
Yeah, draws and screens. Berger from the gun, Valera in the backfield. 3 straight touches from Valera. Sticks his head down, turns, burns, Bitzer, tackles him by the ankles.
You know, Coast Guard this whole
Valera's got himself 6 yards on first down.
Coast Guard this whole season has given up. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
And look at this formation. Hurry up.
Oh, my.
Coast Guard confused on D. I'd be too. Bubble screen on the outside. The ball's incomplete. Little too cute pass intended for Trey Carson that time.
So that's an interesting one. They put 2 offensive linemen out there on the line still not eligible, but that's trying to set up a screen pass really quickly. That's something Coast Guard, I don't know if they've seen that
They
all
were
this
ready.
year.
There was guys dancing all over the defensive line.
They got lucky on that play. That might have been a big play for them.
So Malera in the backfield with Berger. Big third down here for the Bears defense. 3rd down and 5 from the 39. Catholic trying to answer an early Coast Guard touchdown. Berger comes back across the middle of the field. Ball is slightly thrown behind Carson and broken up by number 32, Mark Wick.
Carson is their leading receiver on this football team, and they're trying to get him out again in space, but the human missile, Mark Wick, making a big play.
Well, there you see the timing, just a little off between quarterback and receiver after missing a couple games. That ball was slightly behind Carson. He had to reach back for him, and Wick was right there and did a nice job of cutting in, blocking the ball without grabbing his shirt.
And it does take a little bit of time to get reacclimated to your offense, so this will take time, especially on an offense right now. It's only scoring 14 points a game, so good job by the Coast Guard defense there, giving up yards like they normally do, but not breaking.
Coletti and Duran back deep to receive the kick. Timeout. Bill George calls timeout.
And maybe this is a timeout that's going to try and basically get them kind
Are
of
we
refocused.
worried about a fake punt?
They've
here?
seen a lot of weird stuff so far in this game. So, I mean, the concepts that Catholic's trying to run on offense have been strange. And it's a point where you would run a fake
Well,
punt.
you know how I feel about fake punts. If you're going to run a fake punt here, why don't you just put your offensive personnel on?
Exactly.
Go for it.
I mean, it's 4th and 5.
Yes. I don't know. You run a fake punt from your own 45, not from your opponent's 40. You're going to line up and go for it.
I haven't seen any fake punts this year, either in high school or college.
No, I've seen a lot of them.
Have you?
Oh, yeah. We saw one last night. We've seen
fake one?
High school games.
Really?
We saw a fake punt that Bacon Academy did against Waterford High School from their own 31.
Wow.
Yes.
Was it a pass?
Run.
It was a run?
Run. Fake
One
punt.
of that's direct to the H-back there.
4th and 4.
Wow. Did they get it?
And then, no, they did not get it. No, it's silly.
So what are you telling the Catholic sideline then?
Oh, it's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. I mean, they're running a fake? Oh, my
31
goodness gracious.
Well, let's see it. And again, another very strange. They got 3 gunners on one side of the field.
Well, you've got Jamie now back deep to receive, so maybe some different personnel for Bill George on the special teams unit because he replaces Duran. So Coletti and Jamie back deep to receive. Riley in doing the kicking. Snap is good. Little knuckle tail dragger right there. Good kick that time. 12-yard line. Mr. G's Restaurant, located 1 block from the Academy. Mr. G's is a proud supporter of Coast Guard Athletics. Now serving Mr. G's exclusive breakfast pizza. Join us Saturday and Sunday mornings. Start at 8 a.m. for the best breakfast in town. And if you're heading to Mr. G's after the game, pick up Dan because he's parked his car there.
Yes.
Because there was no parking here on campus.
Literally I will be hitchhiking right on the main road in New London.
Well, let's get a second look here at this Coast Guard offense. Ryan Jones comes out 11-01. Left to go here in the first quarter. Homecoming here at the Academy. Wagner in the backfield. Jamie and Moffitt and Middleton. Wagner right side. Wagner hits the hole. He's stopped by number 7, Brendan Webster. Nice pickup there on first down. So you talked about the commitment to the run. We're seeing it now. First down run. 2nd down and say 4.
Nice little 6-yard run there from Wagner. They'll work them in and out, like we said, as Gardner's now going to come in. That's the beauty about the offense is that they always have fresh legs running the football. Coletti's behind them. Morales can run the football, so they got a lot of backs in the stable.
You run that end around with Moffitt. You get a lot of options there. Gardner gets the call, bounces to the outside, and he is stuffed in the hole by Webster, but close to the first down. Good tough run by Chris Gardner.
God, he would just so much rather run somebody over than get out of the way. He was just a bowling ball.
Good tackle there by Webster, wasn't it? It was a good
he stopped him.
tackle. Yes, he did.
He stopped him dead in his tracks, and that's going to be a first down, though, for the Coast Guard, it looks like.
Webster is the last line of defense there because if Gardner runs him over, and he's got a lot of green in front of him.
Webster just 5'9", 181. Run into that. That's a heck of a tackle.
A tight formation by the Bears. Double tight end set. Jones will roll to his left. Throws. Overshoots Jamie. Jamie had a step on a sideline route. Ryan Jones, first incompletion of the day.
That's just a product of not squaring your shoulders up. That time you're rolling, that's a tough throw to make too.
Very
To the
tough throw to
sidelines,
make, yeah.
against your body. Jamie coming down. It was a perfectly run, designed play right there. Just Jones a little bit high. Again, tough throw.
A little bit of breeze in Ryan Jones' face. That's not going to make a difference today. It's a breeze. It's not a wind. 13 on the play clock. Jones looking right, throws right, and overshoots Jamie. Back-to-back plays, trying to call number 17's number. Back-to-back poor throws by Ryan Jones.
No, that's something that Jamie's been trying to get down there, is running that route crisper, and it was a good route that he ran. That just wasn't open. Middleton down low on the other side was more open. He checked to the left side, looked over, didn't like what he saw, and just went to the reliable Jamie there.
Morales comes in, Pierce checks out. So 5 skilled people on the field. Middleton, Moffitt, Morales, and Jamie, and Wagner in the backfield. 3rd down and 10 for Coast Guard. Jones lets it rip. Got a guy, and he overshoots Tommaso Jamie. 3 passes on this drive, intended for 17. 3 incompletions, and Jones wants that one back because he had Jamie wide open in the middle of the field.
He did. Again, just a little bit high. Jamie, I felt like maybe might have been able to reach up and get that one, but you got to make that easier. That's very similar play to the one they had for Moffitt, except everybody's more converging more towards the middle of the field. So hopefully Jones can get that together, and they'll have a talk on the sidelines, no question.
The Middleton in the kick. Well, I got a second. I want to wish my mom a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs.
76
O'Brien.
years old.
How about that?
Hopefully, Mom, you've queued up your iPad. You know how to get the Coast Guard games.
God bless her.
High end over end kick. Coaching staff and everybody yelling poison down there for Catholic. And you can get away, right? Poison,
Yep,
get away.
poison.
Or fire, is it they yell?
I've
What do they
never-
yell at these games?
I
Poison
usually,
or
I
fire?
usually hear poison, and then the interceptions are bingo. You know, you get the different types
Poison,
of
poison, poison.
lingo is different at everywhere you go. I don't know how they do it down in D.C.
How do you get a job as a college football coach to be a sideline guy to yell poison, poison, or fire, fire? I want to apply for that.
You're the ball guy, I think.
No, you're a
ball
coach.
guy
You're
yells
paid.
that.
You're a paid
Paid
guy.
to say poison.
Yes, you are.
If you're the DC, but everybody on that sideline should be
No,
yelling
you're a
poison.
paid guy.
Every single one.
Brady Berger in a quarterback, number 12. Malara in the backfield. Berger will look to his left, got to check it down, hit Malara, and a nice job on the tackle by Bitzer.
So far, it's been all Molara on this offense here. He's got 54 attempts rushing, but as far as the catching, he's only got 13 catches so far this year as a running
And again,
back.
this team only averages 127 yards a game through the air. So they're vertically challenged.
They've also dealt with a backup quarterback the last 2 weeks.
Trey Carson in motion. Berger will reset. They'll look at the defense. Berger, screen again. Blockers in front, big play, and a nice tackle by Kobe Coco. 4-on-4, but boy, they like this kid Malara.
They did. They put the right guard and the left tackle, Joe Deemer and Kevin Zimmerman, right out in front.
And right back at it goes his offense. High snap, bubble screen on the outside, and that play is going to be good for about 3 yards. On the catch, number 18. No 18 on the list. Is it 19 that caught that ball?
I have a
It's 18.
Xavier Ochoa, the
There you go,
freshman.
Ochoa. He is not on my 2 deep. I'm sorry about that, folks. Xavier Ochoa. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
Berger, high snap again. Millar, big hole up the middle. Dances, does work. 6 more yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. So some room up front for Catholic running the football.
I like what Catholic's doing. They're doing the hurry-up offense, screens, draws, and getting that pass rush to come up real fast, and then coming up back to the line, not giving Coast Guard a chance to get a breather.
3rd down and 1 for Catholic. Definitely 2-down territory right here from the Coast Guard 30. Carson at the bottom of the formation. Straight power eye, power football. Berger trying to go hard count here. And that play is going to be stuffed. Chance LeGrand got met at the line of scrimmage, and I think he's going to be short.
They have him at the 30. They needed the 29. This is not going to
He
be a
is short. He's a half yard short. Big push up front from Orlando.
The tough guy to run through is Orlando. I'd have run it up right up the middle on a 4th and 1.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go quick count here and sneak if I'm Catholic.
Yep.
Again, power I with Chance in the backfield. Check that. Chance LeGrand, I'm sorry. Berger, a hard count. But the ball's out!
Oh my God.
And Coast Guard will hold on 4th down. So Catholic trying to go with that hard, long count. And that ball was scooped up by number 70, Brennan Dengesh.
I mean, that's got to be a microcosm of the season. You're moving the ball, you're moving the ball, you're moving the ball. Fumble the snap. I mean, that's just, what can you do if you're Catholic now? And Coast Guard definitely wants to take advantage of this turnover. Another forced turnover again by the Bears.
6:46 left to go here in the first quarter. Coast Guard comes up big on a 4th down defensive stand. And they go right back out, spread in the field. 4 wide and Wagner in the backfield. Swing pass out to Moffitt. Nice catch by Justin. Sticks his head down. And I'll tell you what, give him 7 yards on 1st down. And maybe some of that rhythmic passing right there will set up something deep downfield that we saw in the first series.
Yeah, nice job there. Again, that's doing basically the same thing the Catholic's doing. Getting guys out in open space.
Jones goes quick count this time. Looking for Wagner, overshoots him a little bit. That one's on Ryan. He claps his hands afterwards and said, I know I missed him.
It's a couple of times he's done that the last few throws. Again, that rhythm that really developed in the first drive where they were able to just kind of hit guys on the hook patterns in the beginning with guys playing off coverage. Now Catholic has changed up their defense a little bit.
It's a big 3rd and 4 for this Coast Guard offense and the Catholic defense. Coast Guard wants to empty backfield this time. Keep this drive going. Jones throws. He's got Moffitt. Easy pitch and catch. Justin sticks his head down. Needed 4. Give him 8. First down Coast Guard from their own 45.
Now you stop just 2 yards right next to a linebacker, and you just sit there and wait for it. Jones, you know who he's going to on 3rd down, don't you? I mean, that's Moffitt territory.
Coletti in the backfield now with Moffitt. I'm sorry, with Jones. Moffitt in the slot. Middleton down below. Morales and Jamie. Good first quarter for Ryan Jones and this Coast Guard offense. A little inside screen that time and too much of a hot fastball by Ryan Jones.
He's kind of off with Jamie right now. They're not really on the same page as far as
you notice
what
that
they
too?
want to do right now because they're running the out routes. He's running it like throwing it to the near side and just missing throws outside. And right now it's maybe he's not so confident right now throwing to Jamie.
The design of that play was there.
Yeah, it was there.
Jamie was there. Jamie
Right.
had blockers in front of him and Jones just a little too hot.
Yep.
Let your receiver
let
make
that
a
play. Exactly.
Listen,
Let
the
that
play develop. Let your guy make a play on the football. It's 2nd down and 10. Jones looks middle of the field, comes across looking for Middleton, and that ball was almost picked off. Brandon Webster playing center field that time.
You know, I've been watching Middleton the last couple of plays because he's just had one guy on him. That time they ran the post. I thought that play might have worked better if they just ran the go route. He had no safety in the middle, no safety on this side of the field. So Webster does a nice job of watching the eyes of Ryan Jones and working his way over.
That was a bad throw by Jones. He didn't have all his body in it. Just think that ball kind of went up in the air and just kind of died a little bit. And with somebody like Middleton, let him go up and get it. He's 6'6". Let him go get it. So again, Jones would like to have a couple of those passes back, and that's one of them. Sprint rollout by Jones, squaring his shoulders, fires. He's got Moffitt right at midfield.
And now Coach George has a decision.
Go ahead, Dan.
Now he has a decision to make now at the 50, and it looks like he's going to punt it.
That play is coming so close to the sidelines that even if Moffitt catches it, he can't turn upfield and get the first down. His momentum is going to carry him out of bounds. And he was not the first option on that route.
Right, exactly. Morales might have had if he threw that earlier, Morales had an open spot for just a second there. Ooh.
Milton, good boot. The coaching staff, poison, fire. And Coast Guard will down that at the 6-yard line. Give me that job right now.
And a nice job by Keith yelling poison, but a nice job by Middleton picking up the bad snap and getting a good boot off and pinning them down inside the 10-yard line. Yeah, well, just a couple of updates here. We talked about Springfield and they were getting beat. Well, now they're leading, 21-17.
Go figure. They're down 17-7 against Norwich.
Norwich, a 4-0 team. They went up to Springfield. Now Springfield coming back down 17-7, up 21-17. MIT only up 21-20 on Merchant Marine. That's a pretty good game as well.
Berger from the gun, right at his end zone, right at the goal line. Here comes the rush. Tucks and runs. He's looking for a late hit. He's not going to get it. Bitzer was coming in.
Barely touched him, if anything.
4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6 for this Cardinal offense. Big hole up the middle that time, and a big stop that time by Bitzer. But Malera, again, continuing to do work. He's a 5'7" sophomore from Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Yeah, and you know what? Right now I'm kind of impressed with the offensive line.
Yeah, they're doing all right.
They're pushing.
They're making
these
some
guys
holes.
around.
Yep.
Like, we know Coast Guard has a size differential with most teams, but they're usually able to overcome that. Now they're going to get Orlando in the game and try to get some push up here.
Orlando and Robisky are your two defensive ends right here. So, like you said, talk about the push. There's a nice job coming in and filling on the tackle that time by number 35, Dan Dingus. Kind of shot the gap from his linebacker spot.
He did, but Malaro able to run through that first tackle and pick up that first down. He's a tough little booger, Malaro. He's running right through tackles. He's not afraid. 5'7", who cares?
5'7", packing 194.
I know. Barely bigger than I am. I don't want to go out there.
You would get hurt.
I would get hurt.
3:50 and counting left to go here. Nothing personal. Oh, boy. Crowley was right there. Almost like a slant for number 86, the tight end.
Yeah, that time, Berger
Shields.
That's just not a good pass. That came out like a duck out of his hand. He might have slipped.
I think Owen Shields almost stopped his route right there. 2nd down and 10. Catholic. Berger checks down. He's got his guy number 4 again. Number 49 on the tackle, Andre Horner.
Mallara just seems to be the guy of choice so far. They're not really pushing the ball down the field too much. They're just, again, taking what the defense gives them. And Coast Guard has been kind of playing this type of defense all year long. They give up yards, but they will not give up points.
Just under 3:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Coast Guard took their initial drive, went down to the field, and scored 7. And both teams kind of going back and forth a little bit since then. Malera again off that right side. Gets a big push and a big block from his tight end, Colin McNulty. I like that. I like when a running back gets on his blocker and just kind of piggybacks him.
Yeah, it's always fun to have somebody in front of you, isn't it? You can kind of use him as a shield. Mallara only on 15 carries last week at 106 yards and a touchdown. So he had a good week in a game in which Catholic almost actually won. They lost to Kenyon 32-31. So he's a mainstay on their offense.
2nd and 5, 2:50 and counting here in the first quarter. Pass underneath, and it's caught. Short of the first down. Number 11, Nick Gonzalez. Andre Horner on the stop for a Coast Guard. Big 3rd down here for this Bears defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, the Bears aren't getting that vaunted pass rush because Catholic is just getting the ball out so quick. It's
quick.
It's easy to say they're a great pass rushing team, but when they're getting the ball out with 2 seconds off the snap, not easy.
That's got to be the game plan coming in. Like I said, to a team who's got over 19 sacks in the first 4 games. Big 3rd down here. Coast Guard shows blitz. They back out of it. And here they come. Dingus on the blitz. Pass is caught, and a nice tackle by Crowley. But Trey Carson will pick up just enough for that first down.
Again, the delayed blitz there was coming, like you said. But, again, nice job by Berger getting the ball out quick to his best target in Carson.
Dan Dingus, number 35, came up the gut that time on delayed blitz, and it picked up very well. And again, Berger's doing a nice job of getting rid of that ball quick.
He's composed.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Inside handoff that time, number 2, Chase LeGrand. Good pickup on first down, 7 yards. Second down and 3. Now, the team that's only given up about 35 yards a game on the ground right here, Coast Guard's getting chewed up a little bit.
They are. They're getting chewed up bad right now. No push coming from the defensive line.
47-yard line of the Cardinals.
Catholic's been very patient on offense, too. Very patient. Take what the defense will give you. A little screen, a little hitch to the outside to the tight end. Mark Wick on the stop. McNulty will be short of the first down. Good job by Wick snuffing that out. Goldsworthy finishing up.
And Mark Wick came down from a safety position again, and that would have been a first down, but Wick made a beautiful tackle. We talked to Justin Moffitt earlier this week, and he was talking about the blocking drills they do. And I said, so who's the worst guy to block in practice? He says, Mark Wick, hands down, no question about it.
Big third down, 3rd and 1, right at midfield. Chase LeGrand in the backfield. Berger looks over the defense. Going to give it to his tailback, and he's stopped short. Wow. Bitzer shot the gap. 3rd and 1. Eugene Bitzer stuffed that.
Excellent job by Bitzer coming right through. Again, this Bears defense, just right time all the time. It's fantastic how timely they are as well as how good they are.
You like the way they're taking some chances with some of their linebackers shooting the A-gaps.
And they should. That's again, the defense has always kind of been the caveat of this team. They're going up against a much bigger offensive line. Why not?
That's the end of the third quarter here. Dan and I will take a break for a second. We'll come right back.
Your attention to the field for a special presentation. First Command Financial Services is the official sponsor of the 2019 Homecoming Football Game. Coast Guard Academy Interim Director of Athletics, Dr. Dan Rose, will now present the game ball to Mr. Scott Spiker, a 1977 graduate of the United States Naval Academy. Mr. Spiker currently serves as the CEO and chairman of First Command Financial Services and is accompanied by his team from First Command. The Coast Guard Academy sincerely thanks and appreciates First Command's sponsorship of this event.
Back here at the Coast Guard Academy on the campus of, or at the Coast Guard Academy in New London, Connecticut, rather. First quarter, real good quarter from Ryan Jones. 7 of 13, 82 yards and a touchdown. Justin Moffitt, again, big game. 5 catches for 65 yards.
Jamie and Clutty back deep to receive the punt. Good snap, good high end over end kick. Jamie calls for fair catch, takes it to 21. All right, so let's see. 14, well, just start here this second quarter. Let's see now if we can fire up this Coast Guard offense.
Yeah, the offense, again, sputtered the last 2 drives. Got a couple of things going on, but really it's been the play of Ryan Jones. He's made a lot of good throws on that first drive. It's the last 2 drives where he just hasn't been able to connect, especially with Damaso James.
7 for 13 now. What did he start, 4 for 4 or 5 for 5?
Yeah, we were 4 for 4 to start the game, so especially that big long throw. So
First and 10 Bears from their own 21. Wagner in the backfield with Ryan Jones. Wagner gets the call, dances out to the left side, play gets strung out. Wagner does everything he can to get back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up second down and 10. Wagner, yeah.
Whichever one you want.
Right, yeah.
Whichever one today you want, Keith. But the offensive line, again, not getting a push. Right now, in this game, Catholic is winning at the line of scrimmage, both on offense and on defense. So the Bears really got to focus in now, bear down, if you will, and then get the offense rolling.
Second down and 10, right for the 21-yard line. Jones looks to his left, throws in the flat to Wagner. And Wagner grabs the ball, and he gets smacked on the play.
And that's important because now they have a third and manageable as opposed to like a 3rd and 10 where Ryan just needed to get that one completion over. And now you got 3rd and 4 and an opportunity to get a first down.
Morales, Moffitt, Jamie. A bubble screen here looks to be for Moffitt. Tries to turn the corner, dances up. He's going to be close to the first down. And he'll get it.
Yep.
You're going to mark him out of bounds at the 33 and need to get to the 31. Move the sticks, first down, Coast Guard.
You were talking like to Moffitt again, as we said this week, and I asked him, 3rd down, what is it about 3rd down? He said, that is my favorite down because I know that I can kill a defense on 3rd down if I can make a play. It heightens his senses almost on those.
Gardner gets the call. Sticks his head down, had a little hole, bounced it up the middle, and bounced it out to the left. Gardner with 4 yards, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, there were 2 holes there. The second one closed pretty quick, but he got through the first one with ease. That was a good push by the offensive line.
This Coast Guard offense is all about rhythm and tempo. They had a very good game plan, a good tempo, and good rhythm on the first drive, trying to recapture that. 12 on the play clock. Gardner gets the call again. Cuts back, sticks his head down. He's going to be close to the first down. Chris Gardner, back-to-back carries, will get him 9 yards. Total, 3rd down and 1.
So I guess that's what 2 sips and a clap means. Run the ball with Gardner.
Yeah, 2 sips and a clap, yeah. 2 sips of my pumpkin spice coffee.
There you go. That'll get you going. You run through those
you don't like
holes.
pumpkin spice? Who
I'm
doesn't?
a big pumpkin spice guy, of course. I'm not again. I don't drink coffee too often, but
that's your fault. That's your problem.
Pumpkin anything. I'm a sugar guy, you know.
Yeah. All right, Coast Guard, 3rd down and 1 from their own 42. Got to get to the 43. Right on the number. Jones, Wagner. Little read option at time, and Wagner's not going to get there.
He didn't know.
No indecisiveness that time with Ryan Jones on that exchange. You could tell he almost wanted to pull it out of Wagner's hands and take it up himself.
I was just about to say that. The handoff exchange was not clean. And now...
Coast Guard going to go?
Is it a punt or are they going for it? Ryan Jones wants to stay out there.
They're going to punt.
He doesn't like it, but...
Players want to go for it.
Of course.
It's 4th down and about 8 inches, and the players are like, let's go for it.
Every time. But if they're not going to go from the 50, Ryan, they're not going to go from the 40 either.
This is a good place for a fake punt.
Let's see.
No, I don't like that because I'll put my offense out there. Yeah. Middleton. Snap. Kick is a beauty.
Wow.
High end over end kick. Be taking there about the 23, 24-yard line. So I think the thinking there is, well, Catholic's offense hasn't really showed us anything.
Right.
So let's make them earn it. Don't give them a short field.
Well, it's not necessarily they haven't shown anything. It's that they can't finish drives.
Right.
So you rely on your defense. I think Coach George is completely reliant right now on his defense to make plays because right now, again, the offense, that's a 3rd and 1. You got to have that, especially on a read option. I mean, those are the plays you got to make. You can't let a sleeping dogs lie, you know.
Right.
You let sleeping dogs lie. You don't wake them up. And every time they have a 3 and out, they wake them up.
Little pitch sweep to the outside and the block on the edge. And again, Malera doing work out there on the outside. Another good gain on first down for Catholic.
I think Catholic's
Well, they're showing you a lot of different sets with that
Right.
running back, haven't they? Screen passes, toss sweeps, run up the middle.
I think they're totally happy getting 3 or 4 yards of play if Malera has the ball in his hands. I was just about to say that.
2nd and 7 from the 27. 10:43 and counting. Here on homecoming. Berger looks to his left, comes back across the middle of the field, and the ball is dropped by Trey Carson.
That's a nice job by Berger working in the pocket, moving around, not getting frustrated. But again, finding an open man in Carson, you got to have that one, though, if you're Catholic. I mean, those are the plays that'll add up, and you'll go back on the camera, and they'll eat you. I mean, they'll eat you alive. Wondering what could have been.
Trey Carson looking to run with that before he caught it, maybe. Big 3rd down here for this Coast Guard defense and for this Cardinal offense. And Catholic will call timeout. And as they do, we're going to give some out-of-town scores for you guys.
So just an update on some of the out-of-town scores. It's still 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Springfield is still up 21-17 right now. Merchant Marine in the fourth quarter up on MIT. How about that? 26-21 is the score right now over there. In fact, the Springfield game has now gone final, 21-17. Springfield wins. And actually, just to update now, 29-26 lead now for MIT on Merchant Marine. That just updated just a moment ago. Halftime WPI up on Maine Maritime 34-0.
USAA as a proud sponsor of Coast Guard Bears Athletics and the Secretary's Cup game. The USAA cheers with you. USAA has been serving military families since 1922 and does more to help them reach their insurance and financial goals. Learn more at USAA.com.
Springfield, man, surviving that one, huh?
Talk about a comeback. 17-7 down. They come back, win 21-17.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. LL Cool J. Big push up front. Phil Orlando is going to sack Berger on 3rd and 7. And the Coast Guard Bears defense hold. You wanted a big push out of your line. There you go.
We finally got it. Now they're tied. Robisky and Orlando now with 6 sacks apiece on the season. That is sack number 20 on the year for the Coast Guard Bears.
And that time off the timeout, Coast Guard dialed up a little bit something on defense. And again, we talk about the secondary. When you can hold guys in check downfield, you give your defensive line enough time to do some work up front. And Orlando didn't need a lot of time there because he just kind of bull rushed
Exactly.
this guy.
Berger didn't have enough time. There's no question about that.
High snap, take it okay. End over and kick. Jamie comes up. Poison. That ball takes a Catholic bounce all the way down to the Coast Guard 35-yard line.
These guys try to wave it even farther, like they're going to move it a yard on this thing. But again, it's going to be downed anyway.
Well, it's been a long time since this Coast Guard team has found the end zone. The first series of the game, we talked about 3rd and 1, how to finish plays, how to finish drives. Let's see if we can get something cooking here with 9:40 left to go for the half.
We've now had 1 touchdown for this team in 3.5 quarters. So
it's not a lot.
It's just needing now. It's reaching almost a full game in which they haven't scored. Let's see what they can put together.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
Not what you want, as they say, as Joe Girardi would say.
Jones sprint roll out to his right. Squares, throws underneath. Got Moffitt. Will step out of bounds. Short gain will bring up 2nd down and 6. Again, that's a 2-man option route because you got Morales coming across the formation and you got Moffitt coming with you
and
too.
You take what they give you. You're not trying to force anything. Jones has made plays with his arm, but again, when he tries to force passes is when he can get in trouble and kind of airmail them.
2nd and 7 from the 38. Wagner gets the call. Wagner gets to the 2nd level. Wagner finishes the run. John Wagner, people. Beast mode.
We talk about Gardner being the beast mode part of it. Wagner is not afraid to lower the ball and let it ride, baby. Dragging defenders down into Catholic territory.
He's a wrestler, you know.
I don't doubt it. I don't
see
doubt
the power
it.
in his legs right there.
Those are the best kind of football players.
You know, he got himself to that 2nd level, and then he finished himself in that 2nd level.
Beautiful.
Gardner in the backfield with Jones. Ball is right at midfield, folks. Gardner gets the call. Gardner's got some room. Gardner churning and burning. Chris Gardner, give him 7, maybe 8.
And that's
good run. One of Gardner's best runs of the game.
That's good credit right there to Jared Gee and Mason Schroeder. Moving bodies down on the offensive line. Finally, really for the first time today, Coast Guard offensive line getting a good push.
Starting to feel that a little bit here in this drive, yeah. Empty set this time for Jones. Coletti, Jamie, and Moffitt at the bottom of the formation. Middleton and Morales up top. Coast Guard trying to get some rhythm going here and trying to find the end zone. 8:15 and counting here left to go in the first half. Moffitt's in motion. He'll get the call. Nice block on the edge by Coletti, and here goes Moffitt. Justin Moffitt will cut back, and he will find the end zone. That play is going to come back because there's a hold on the outside. I think it was against Morales or Coletti. And I got to see that play again. I did not see a hold from up here. I saw a good block. I saw him turning with his man.
Right.
Boy, what a great play call that time.
Well,
I got to see that again.
Here's the call here from the official first.
That's a hold. Yep. Morales.
Yep. So as Moffitt takes it around,
That's garbage.
As Moffitt takes it around, he comes inside and then decides to go outside. But it was really just a turning because the defender was trying to turn his body too.
So I get Tommy Heinsohn on you. Can I say it's a piece of garbage
you
call?
can go.
That's
You can go
terrible.
for it. You can go
That's
for
a
it.
terrible call.
Because that one is a very tough call to make.
Listen,
right in that spot.
once that block is made, I think Moffitt was already past that
Right.
when the defender got turned.
He's engaging and he's trying to move his body with the offensive player.
Here comes Coletti, the freshman out of the backfield. He got some room. Coletti dances, sticks his head down. And I think he can have a face mask there. I think Coletti got grabbed up top.
Did he? Because I'm nervous that this one might be another holding penalty. Childress maybe got called. This might be a face mask though.
Been a clean game thus far.
Yeah, I believe that was the first penalty or the second penalty of the day. This is the third. Yep.
It's going to be holding again. All right, here we go.
Childress, I think this is going to get called on here.
I got to switch to caffeine-free soda now, and I got to kick back on the coffee. Block in the back.
Block in the back. Oh, I have no idea where that came from.
It did. Somebody yelled below me, what about the face mask?
I did hear that. Coach George was out there saying too.
George is hot. I don't blame him. Look at him.
They got Colton Roush on that. I did not see that. I did not see a block in the back anywhere.
His head get ripped around.
Here we go again, folks.
Yeah, here we go. Second down and 16, 17 from the 43. Jones. Bears offense going backwards. He'll slip screen Scott Pierce. Nice play call that time. Pierce slipped out into the pattern from his tight end spot. A nice job by Ryan Jones.
And that was a nice job by Jones rifling in there because that was really tight coverage. And that time you're allowed to throw the heater on those because Pierce will catch it. He's got nice big soft hands.
That is fastball territory right there.
Oh, yeah. Right down Main
Street. 4 down territory if you're asking me. 7-10 and counting left to go here in the first half. Big third down for this Bears offense. Jones, straight quarterback keeper that time, and he's going nowhere. He is wrestled down briskly by number 8. Big time tackle that time by Jake Ballard.
And there's a new rule that you can't grab somebody by the nameplate and take them down. That was pretty close for Ballard taking down Ryan Jones. So, again, referees maybe see one thing and don't see another. What can you say?
Jones lost the yard, actually, in that play. And Middleton will come in to punt with 6:30 and counting left to go here in the first half.
And again, sputtering right at midfield.
Sputtering after a big run by Wagner.
Just tough. You got to be able to break through that. Maybe a turnover.
Penalties really hurt him.
Yeah, that did.
Touchdown on that Moffitt play. Nice kick that time by Middleton. That ball will find its way into the end zone. 50-yard boot and then some.
Just missed there. I'll tell you what, though, it is a picture-perfect day, and we have so many cadets out here on the far end zone over here. I mean, they bring in the extra bleachers this week, obviously, for everybody that's coming. The place is totally packed. It really is one of the best events, the homecoming at Coast Guard.
Did you get a chance to look at some of the college games this week?
We did.
Big game, Auburn.
Big game in Auburn and Florida. Michigan, Iowa, also a big game in the Big Ten. We'll get you caught up on that one at halftime.
Yep, well,
couple of big ones.
The band at halftime and some of the halftime festivities. Dan will get you caught up on all the scores. Berger from the gun looks out into the flat. Nice job on the tackle that time by number 32, Mark Wick. But Garcia on the reception. Pedro Garcia, first time his number's been called today. 5'7", 193 to Miami, Florida. 7 yards on first down, second down and 3.
They breed guys differently down in Miami, Florida, don't they? I mean, they had just a football haven.
You been to South Beach?
Love it.
You been there?
I got a brother down there.
Oh, nice.
Go every year.
Berger from the gun, steps up, pocket collapses. He's got his guy Garcia. Nice job on the outside. Number 56 on the tackle that time, Michael Palmero.
Palmero, we don't really see a lot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't really see a lot of him really on defense, but he's stepping up. They're rotating a lot of linebackers here.
Good stop out there. Good tackle.
Yeah, that's what you like to see.
3rd down and 3, approaching 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. No wind to speak of whatsoever. No breeze, no wind, no nothing. Picture perfect day. Berger from the gun. Comes back to his left, and he's going to throw this one away.
Yeah.
Michael Goldsworthy in coverage that time. Garcia had nowhere to go. So the Bears hold on 3rd down.
He's looking out there. It looks like he's looking for number 3, Pedro Garcia, like you said, and miscommunications again. So the Bears, how many times? Like this is the one here. We need to get the one here. You're going to have a great field position. Is very likely. So
yeah,
if you can
try and
move
get
the ball
going in the locker room,
right,
yes.
exactly. Some type of points to get you going in the second half because Catholic gets the ball to start the second half as well. They deferred. So
his defense has played their butts off.
They
today,
have
huh?
for all season. It's been like this.
Good kick, end over and kick. Jamie comes up. He's got some room. Get to the outside. Flag down. Horse collar tackle. And there's no flag there? There we go. There we go. So the guy in front of it, the head linesman, threw his flag on the block at the back, and then the referee had to throw his flag on the horse collar tackle.
Right.
So after all that, you're probably going to re-kick.
Yes. I mean, we went from disappointment to triumph to, well, let's just do it again.
I see flags everywhere out there.
There's a hat down.
Hat down flag. 3 flags down.
Running out of flags here.
So you get a hold here at the 50, then you get a horse collar tackle up at the 30.
And it was a block in the back.
Look at Bill George down below, so you can't see him, but his arms are like crossed, looking at the referees, right down at the 40-yard line. I think he can get a shot at coach. There you go. His arms were folded in disgust, like he's like, okay, what now? Because I think every penalty in this game is going against the Bears, has it not?
And it's just caused this game to go so much slower than it has to be.
Bill George, this coach.
21
you
years.
have lunch with the coach.
21 years he's been doing this.
Have
every time I have lunch with him, he's way calmer and just, we're just trying to get better. That's just how it is.
That's the whole Lou Holtz approach.
That's his favorite guy. I mean, that's just it. Now they've got to explain this.
There you go. There's Bill George. Get a shot of him right there, and head referee going to tell him what's going on. The umpire, the re-kick basically. I would think.
There are 2 fouls on the play. The block in the back. That penalty is forced 10 yards. Coach Guard will retain the ball. There's also a horse collar caller. That's declined. First down.
Whoa, what do you mean declined? No. What are you talking about? Why did the referee say that? So why would they decline the horse collar?
And Coach George is
still hot. A re-kick. When you re-kick, they offset penalties?
He has to explain that. I'm not really sure. They should be offsetting. There's 2 penalties, 1 on each team. You can't horse tackle your own player. I mean, what are we doing?
And you're not going to decline a penalty against the other team.
Exactly.
These penalties are offset. They're going to have to end up repunting this. I know this.
The official
not
has
for a fact.
to re-explain this.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep an eye on. Get the camera on Bill George.
Please. I mean, he's got to be incredibly confused, as we all are.
Well, he's got a block in the back, and you got a horse collar.
That doesn't get more simple
foul,
than this.
which is 15 yards in the horse collar,
Right.
and a block in the back is 10 yards.
You have to enforce both penalties.
Well, or you just say penalties are offset. Let's re-kick.
But well, that's the thing is that if you enforce both penalties, it should be an offsetting penalty. But it's not like there's any dead ball fouls here. This is making no sense.
There's some woofing going on down there too. There's some woofing.
Oh, so last week.
And we don't get an explanation. We don't get anything. Is Coast Guard's ball at the 41?
That's unbelievable. That's a ridiculous penalty.
That's egregious.
That is ridiculous. Coach George last week, we had 2 penalties last week where they sent into the league last week and made some complaints.
So there was
this
a penalty
is
on both teams, but it's going to cost the Coast Guard almost 35 yards in field position.
I have no idea what these officials are doing. I really don't. He didn't even explain it to the Catholic coach either. He's just went over and explained it to him.
I don't get it. There's a block in the back at the 50-yard line, and there's a horse collar tackle down at the 30. Yet Coast Guard's going to be 1st and 10, 30 yards back.
This will be my first question on Wednesday this week.
I'm not going to wait that long. I'm going to find out at halftime what's going on.
I bet.
Well, 4:42 left to go here before half, and I am perplexed, folks.
As we all
If you
are.
know better, email me, KPOB That's KPOB622@gmail.com. Wagner, big hole. John Wagner, 10 yards. And Dan, no flags.
Yep. And that, guess what? That is justice right there on that play. Great play call right up the middle. Wagner gets that 10 yards right back, and we're right back where we started.
Give me a shout. Let us know what you guys think of the game. Homecoming weekend. KPOB622@gmail. Wagner back-to-back calls. Sticks his head down. Keeps moving. And he's got about a 3 or 4 yard gain. He got met in the hole by number 59, Dieter Corrett. 6'3", sophomore from Springfield, Virginia.
Wagner with a 6 carry of the day. Him and Gardner both with Gardner actually with 5, so they are splitting carries again.
Gardner's back in pistol formation. Gardner right side. Missed block up that time. Number 75, Schroeder, whiffed on his block.
Pile gets pushed, and now they're coming out, and this is going to open up the spread formation here. It's a 3rd down and 7 or 6 roughly coming up. This will be where Ryan Jones can make a play with his arm.
You got Morales and Jamie at the bottom of the formation. Coletti, Middleton, and Moffitt. Look for number 25 or number 8 here. Jones empty set. Jones looks right, throws right. It finally connects with Damaso Jamie. Nice pitch and catch on 3rd down. Move the stick spares.
Catholic was on the delayed blitz there, and that time Jamie running the out route again, but stopped this time. Jones recognized it, made a nice throw.
Made himself available.
Yep. Exactly.
1st down and 10 from the 33 Coast Guard. Ryan Jones from the gun. Empty set again. 3:05 and counting here to go before the half. Jones looking right. Comes back to his left. Got a man wide open in Middleton. Nice job by Ryan Jones going through 2 and 3 progressions and finding Middleton.
Exactly. When you're a quarterback, you got to move your head. Go 1, go 2, go 3. On the 3rd one, he found Middleton. Also had Morales coming out, but that's fine. That works out, and it's a 1st down.
Jones from the gun. Going to look corner end zone. Going to look for Coletti. Oh, ball just through Coletti's hands. Quick count that time, right to the line of scrimmage, right to work for Jones. Just missed a freshman in the corner.
That tells you how much they're starting to trust Coletti. I mean, Coletti was like the player to watch at the beginning of the season coming out. He's just a freshman, and look how much he's already progressing.
He just walked by the booth. The Commandant.
Oh, really?
Commandant, yeah.
Oh.
The man of the Coast Guard Academy.
All right.
You know what he did? He gave me a thumbs up. The man, he knows.
He knows what's going
Commandant.
on. It's a big day for him.
A big day for everybody here.
Yeah.
I feel privileged. I have served in the military. I was in the Army for 6 years, Connecticut Army National Guard. Jones from the gun. Looks right, comes back across the middle of the field. Oh, where's the hold? And finally they get a flag. Justin Moffitt had his waist grabbed.
From an official that was all the way on the far sideline, the official right in front of him.
Back
not
to
throwing
didn't
the
even
flag.
reach in his pocket.
Unbelievable. Clearly he had his hand around his waist, turns the receiver. It's definition, textbook pass interference.
You heard it from the crowd, too. You heard everybody on this side of the bleachers moaning and groaning.
They better give him that one after what just happened.
Goodness gracious. So Coast Guard right now, pass interference, yep. So Coast Guard right now, 2:36 left to go in the half. Start the game with a touchdown drive. Let's see if we can end the half with a touchdown drive.
No better chance than now. You don't get in here. That's a real momentum killer. So now, it looks like they're going to mark it
Gotta
around
come out of here
9.
with points, Dan. At least 3. We'd love to have 7.
I mean, 7 would be ideal here. If you're inside the 9-yard line with 1st and goal, I mean, come on. This is
So
one
it
of
should be
those.
1st and goal to go, right, from the 10?
Exactly. This is one of those plays where you might see a Moffitt out route coming right across the goal line.
Hit him right by the pylon?
Yep.
Sprint rollout by Jones. Stick it in Moffitt's belly.
Yep. That's exactly what we're looking for. Or possibly Pierce, too, in the middle.
Be 1st and goal from the 8. Jamie Moffitt. Middleton, top of the formation. Pierce. Wagner in the backfield. Option keeper. Oh, flip to Moffitt. And Justin Moffitt will find himself in the end zone. It looked like an option to Wagner. and Moffitt came all the way across the formation, even fooled me. Touchdown, Bears.
And Brandon Webster, he's got to go pick up his jockstrap back there because he put a move on him you wouldn't believe. I mean, that's a fantastic job by Moffitt. So versatile. You know, Moffitt's one of those guys that just believes every single play. He wants it more than the other guy wants it. And they just proved it right there.
A little trick-or-treat action early here at Cadet Memorial Field. What a beautiful play. I thought Jones was coming down the line. Extra point. Kick is up. Good. We'll make it 14-0. I thought that play was going to go option Wagner. And Moffitt came all the way across. I didn't even see him. And there's the cannon that kind of scared me that time.
Me too. Jeez. We got to remember that for every time. But no, you're right, Keith. As the Coast Guard, the cadets do their push-ups as well on the sidelines, getting those in.
It's 14 push-ups, right? 14. I get down and do them right now.
I'm waiting for you. We could get the camera in the booth and watch you do push-ups.
I did all my push-ups before the game.
Of course you
let you guys know. I mean,
he gets in a pump.
I'm 50 years old, but I can still bring it.
What do we got on the bench? Honestly, honest to God. What do we max?
The bench back in my heyday, my bench was probably, 320. 320 was my bench. Nowadays,
is that max or reps?
That was max.
That's
reps
max.
275 for
That's good.
Yeah, for reps. Reps is.
Are we at least repping 225 still?
No, I'm not. No, I got a beat up shoulder. I'm 50 years old. I'm an old man. I can bike 40 miles.
See, that's good.
I could do all that kind of stuff, but I think right now, the heaviest I would squeeze right now are probably 75 pounds to dumbbells. That's still pretty good.
75 pounds?
Yeah, give me the keys to the car. I can still drive.
With the shoulder.
With
the shoulder. That's not bad, though.
It's a lot of work. I mean, people who are my age trying to stay shape and fit. It's we'll talk to the guy who's running the computer in a few minutes because he's a cadet here, obviously, right? Yep. We'll talk to him at halftime. We'll get a little insight on how to stay in shape. But I think the older you get, it's more about heart and lungs.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to build enough muscle on my body to keep, fat away and just, I can tell you what, I'll be clean living and clean eating is certainly something that I try to do week in and week out, but not at Mr. G's restaurant. Located one block from the Academy, Mr. G's is a proud sponsor of Coast Guard Academy Athletics, now serving Mr. G's exclusive breakfast pizza. And I'll have a slice of that tomorrow morning. Join us Saturday and Sunday mornings, starting at 8 a.m. for the best breakfast in town, Mr. G's. Some good adult beverages down there, too.
Of course. As long as we're all 21 and over, it's all good.
That's all good, yeah. I can remember at the end of last year seeing Jack Brandt down there at Mr. G's. Just one. That's all we had.
The cadets that are older get to go out there and do it.
What's fun is when you go to there after a game like today and you see some of the guys that have come back and just hear the stories. It's like you said, the stories are a lot of fun. 14-0 Bears. 2:30 left to go before half. Berger's trying to set up the screen. Nice block up front. Colby Coco, 4-on-4. Quick to the ball. Malera again in action on the screen pass.
Malera again getting involved.
How many touches does he have?
He's got 12 touches right now. Five on the ground, 7 through the air. And with that's going to put him about 50.
Which is far more than any other player.
Right, 58 yards receiving. He's got way more receiving yards than he does rushing yards.
Big push up front. Malera underneath. Check down. Bitzer on the stop. It'll be good for a first down. No, move the sticks for Catholic. 2:02 left to go here in the first half. Don't want to get too relaxed here if you're this Bears defense. You do not want to give up points. And Robisky's getting held on the outside, too. That ball was thrown high. Keep an eye on R.J. Robisky coming off the edge. He is being held on that play.
I wonder how far Berger can throw the ball. Because you know what? A lot of these passes have kind of been airmailed if he's trying to push it down the field. He's
Everything's thinking dunk
much
underneath.
More comfortable exactly doing that.
Chance LeGrand in the backfield. Berger. LeGrand on the screen again. Got some blocks. Tackled by number 35, Dan Dingus. And number 49, Andre Horner. So again, a little screen game effective right now for Catholic.
It's the pass rush. It's aggressive, and they know it, and they're going to keep doing it.
Berger steps up. Check down to LeGrand. Dingus again on the stop for a Coast Guard, but good for 8 yards. And I don't like this with 1:24 left to go here in the first half. I think Catholic's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, they move as it looks like it's a timeout. Yeah, for Catholic here.
Is there a timeout?
Or is there a stoppage play? I think there was an equipment thing on the field going on there.
What happened to equipment on the field?
Somebody's losing their belt or something.
Chin strap on the field?
I don't know what that was. But
Horner came off.
We're only in a minute into this already. They're moving the ball right down.
Yeah, a little too soft right now for the Bears on defense. 2nd down and 2 from the Coast Guard 42. Berger, pressure up front, steps up. He's got his man in the flat. Pat Crowley on the stop. Catch made by number 80, Matthew Salvi.
And now a timeout from Catholic.
Matt Salvi, 5'11", 171 from Wyckoff, New Jersey. Timeout by Catholic. Catholic from Washington, D.C. So you get a lot of guys. You got Virginia, Maryland, Florida, New Jersey, North Carolina, New York, Ohio, South Carolina, Hilton Head, South Carolina, Newtown, Connecticut.
There's a Newtown guy.
New Hampshire, Rhode Island, yeah, Newtown guy.
Got a lot of different places around the country, obviously.
Yeah. It's not like the academy, but it's, is there
well, the academy.
Virginia, Virginia, Pennsylvania.
We got a couple guys down
Massachusetts,
from Fairfax, Virginia.
Yeah.
Gardners from
You've
Fairfax,
been to Virginia?
I have 2 brothers that live in Central Virginia. Down in
You got a brother that lives in South Beach. You got a brother that lives in Virginia.
Well, I have 5 brothers and a sister. Jeez. So my parents tried to overpopulate the planet. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
But a couple of I got a sister in Seattle. I got a brother.
Seattle.
I got a brother in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wow. All over the place. Hello to all of them as well.
All right, 1st down and 10 Catholic. 101 on the button left to go before the half. Berger. Pump. A hitch and go that time. And Michael Goldsworthy in coverage. Pedro Garcia intended the receiver. Goldsworthy step for step.
And that's classic cornerbacking right there. There's hand fighting going on. That's not pass interference. That's all hand fighting, trying to gain leverage. Goldsworthy's doing exactly what
Looking back for the football.
Look back for the football and running your receiver out of bounds. That's what Goldsworthy's taught to do.
2nd down and 10. 56 seconds left to go before the half. Berger from the gun. Fires across the middle. Head Carson. Trey Carson, ball just a little bit in front of him. And that's one of those plays we've seen again from Berger. Just let it develop. Let it happen. Let the receiver make a play on it.
It's like the 3rd or 4th pass to Carson specifically.
He's wide open.
Right. He's
wide
a great receiver. You just got to hit him.
We'll bring up a big 3rd down and definitely 4-down territory here for Catholic.
Absolutely.
Here comes the pass rush. Berger from the gun. Robisky off the edge. Screen to LeGrand. And he gets a big gain.
Wow.
Needed 10, got 13. The entire coaching staff of the Coast Guard yelling holding.
That's a killer on 3rd down there with the screen. Great play design.
Do not want to give up points going into the locker room here. You just don't want to do it. 40 seconds and counting left to go before the half. Berger looks right. Steps up in the pocket. Checks down. Tip ball. And almost intercepted by Goldsworthy.
And Goldsworthy's going to complain to the official, but he doesn't have a case here because that ball is tipped up in the air, and once it is, it's fair game. And the receiver jumps right on
him and Nick Gonzalez going out a little jarring going on. That's football. That's all right. Goldsworthy knows there's a cookie right there. Next time he's going to grab it.
Man, he wants one bad.
I like that. I like the sportsmanship they have between him and Gonzalez on the field. Goldsworthy get it back down. No, 2 tough kids. 2nd down and 10. Boy, those tip balls are dangerous, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Berger trying to step up. Holding on the outside. Not called. Berger going to be run out of bounds by Mark Wick. Well, you see, look down, and the entire coaching staff for Coast Guard is screaming for a hold on the edge.
We have seen some holding. It looked like little extracurricular on the sideline.
Zach Lukasik doing work on the outside, and he's just getting
Yep.
corralled over there.
Absolutely. The jersey, you can see it come right off of his pads.
That one play will go for a sack, though, because they lost 3 yards on it. So 3rd down and 13 from the 25. 23 seconds left to go here in the first half. Berger from the gun. LeGrand in the backfield with him. Berger looks, checks down, has LeGrand, and he's going nowhere. Andre Horner on the stop. And the referee saying he's tackled out of bounds. I don't get that. I think he
see that
tackled
either.
in bounds.
I don't see that either, and I don't know how many times. The Cardinals do have one timeout here. 15 seconds left. Looks like they're going to go for it. The kicker has not kicked a field goal longer than 29 yards this season. So,
All right, so let's set it for you. 15 seconds left to go. 4th down and 13 for Catholic.
and the officials are gathering together.
The sticks say it's
right.
3rd down. It's not. It's 4th down.
It's not. And the scoreboard is correct. The scoreboard says 4th down.
Yeah.
This is,
I'm going to go back to the penalty down here, and now I'm going to go back. Let's get on the same page, fellas.
It's always entertaining, to say the least. With these
I'm entertaining.
Well, Keith, that's to go without saying, Keith.
It is 4th down. I don't know what the discussion's about, but 4th and 11.
God. Listen to the people.
3,000 people at least in the stands yelling. I would imagine there's more than that here today with the cadets.
Absolutely.
I think there's about 4,000 or 5,000 people
here.
here.
5,000 people, at least. If I have to park
Hey,
down
Bill
the street-
George is out. Look at Bill George.
That's
You shot a coach? Just look. There he is. Okay, what's the explanation? There is no explanation.
And why
It's 4th down.
Why are they having everybody come off the field? This is a ridiculous.
No, this is terrible. This is not.
They forgot.
It's
what
4th down. They forgot it down. Look at.
Yeah, he's calling up to the scoreboard.
Keep it on Bill George if you can. He's
calling up
look
to
at
the
him.
statistician up in the booth. He's trying to get our SID Jason Souther out down there.
It's 4th down. I mean, the coach wants an
attention.
explanation. It is 4th down, folks.
There is
4th
chaos
down.
going
Sully
on
just says
outside.
4th down. It's 4th and 11.
Unbelievable.
Here we
Look
go.
at this. Can you believe this? They are asking the SID what down it is. That is absurd. That is unbelievable.
Hey, all right.
No kidding.
Is that a mock cheer?
Oh, man, that's great.
Is that a mock cheer?
What else could it be? I mean, that's just... I have watched... Well, listen, I've been watching football since I was 5 years old. I have never seen anything like that at all.
All right, so after the 4th down, Dan, they're going to try a field goal.
They are. And now a timeout coming from Coach George. They got to get everybody on the field.
Yeah, you got to get his personnel. He thought they were going to go for it.
Or not. Now there's a no. This was not a timeout. There's a stop. There's a stoppage again here.
No, Coach George called timeout.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Riley will be in to attempt the field goal. Fabrizio Riley. That is a charge timeout for Coach George.
finally
Now we
get
get
things
something
going.
right.
Goodness.
15 seconds left to go before half.
Well, what can you say about
Crazy.
that one? It's really unbelievable. It's uncanny about it. But anyway, Catholic a nice drive at the beginning, at the end of this.
Yeah.
If Coast Guard can get out of this, having not, as they're looking like, if we just heard it correctly, we're hearing field goal block team coming out. So that is important for them. Of course, you want to go after this one. If they can get out of this unscathed, no points on the board, Catholic is going to lose a lot of momentum going into the second half because that was the whole point of deferring, was getting points and then doubling up.
This game was moving. Second quarter has dragged.
It's log jammed now.
39-yard field goal.
He is 3 for 4.
Salvi to hold.
3 for 4 so far this year.
Fabrizio Riley in to do the kicking. Snap, hold, kick, up, and he pulls it left. So the Bears defense hold after all the 3rd down, 4th down, he said, she said, no points for Catholic.
And again, Coast Guard will be plenty of pleased to just take this one down. 12 seconds left. Let's kneel the ball. Let's get to halftime, please, and regather and see if we can put a full 60 minutes of offense out in the field.
We'll keep the mics on, and we'll bring you some of the halftime stuff that's going to be going on with the band and the cheerleaders and the dancers and everything, and some of the festivities here at homecoming. And then Dan will come back in, get you caught up with some of the stats and some of the out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll talk a little college football. But Coast Guard will take a knee here. Ryan Jones. They will head into the locker room, up 14-0. Stick around for the halftime festivities. Coast Guard up 14-0 over Catholic.
the first half of the ball game. Bears 14, Cardinals 0. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield for a special presentation. During the 2018-2019 academic year, numerous cadet athletes and coaches represented the Academy at their respective sports national championship. On field now are those athletes and coaches whose performance met the criteria for the Bear Club Championship Ring Award, sponsored by the class of 1987. On the field to congratulate them are Rear Admiral William Kelly, Superintendent of the Coast Guard Academy, and a member of the class of 1987, Dr. Dan Rose, Interim Director of Athletics, and Mr. Trusum Carinelli, Alumni Association Director of Athletics Development. From our cross-country and track and field program, First class Ben Zarlingo, who finished 8th in the hammer throw at the Outdoor Track and Field Championship. Second class Josiah Davis, who finished 8th in the 800 meters at the Indoor Track and Field National Championship. First class Anna Beck. First class Adora Lawrence. And second class Caitlin Mooney, who are members of the distance medley relay team, that finished 3rd at the Indoor Track and Field Championship. Caitlin also earned 3 individual honors with a 4th place finish at the Cross Country National Championships, a 1st place finish in the Indoor 5,000 meter run, and a 3rd place finish in the Outdoor 5,000 meter run. Awardees who could not join us today are Ensign Anita Green, who is the final member of the women's distance medley relay team. From our swimming and diving program, we recognize first class Joe Rodriguez and second class Tyler Dominic, who are members of the 200 meter medley relay team that finished 8th. Joe also earned individual honors by placing 3rd in the 50 meter freestyle and 7th in the 100 meter freestyle. On the one side, we honor members of the 800 meter freestyle relay team that finished 7th. They are second class Sarah Pasilla, second class Emily Benson, third class Josie McGuire. On the field with their athletes are head coach John Westcott, assistant coach Mary Westcott. Awardees who could not join us today are Ensign Kristen Durham Young, who was the final member of the women's 800 freestyle relay team. We also congratulate Ensigns Patrick Jackson and Shasay Soderman, who are members of the men's 200 medley relay team. Shasay also earned individual honors with an 8th place finish in the 100 meter breaststroke. From our pistol team, we recognize the athletes who finished 1st as a team in the open aggregate, open free pistol, and open standard pistol. They are Ensign Helen O, Ensign Brian Kim, First Class Kevin Bennett, First Class Johnny Lee, Second Class Esther Joe, and Third Class Ben Walker. Several of our students also earned individual honors. Ensign Helen O won 4 individual titles at the Pistol National Championships in Open Aggregate, Open Standard, Women's Aggregate, and Women's Air. She earned 3rd place in the Open Free Pistol and was named a 4-time All-American. Ensign Brian Kim was a 3-time All-American. He placed 2nd in both Open Free Pistol and in the Open Aggregate Championship. 3rd Class Ben Walkers was in the National Champion in Open Air Pistol and finished 3rd in both Open Standard Pistol and an Open Aggregate Championship. He is also a 3-time All-American. 1st Class Kevin Bennett was a 2-time All-American in Standard Pistol and Air Pistol. On the field with their athletes are head coach Richard Hawkins and assistant coach Joyce Himmelon. Finally, from our wrestling team, we recognize 1st Class A.J. Amory. A.J. earned All-American honors by placing 6th in the 174-pound weight class at the National Championship. Joining him is head coach Kevin Bratland and assistant coach Dylan Foley. Let's have one more round of applause for our national caliber athletes and coaches. Then, please direct your attention back to the field for a special recognition. On Thursday night, 4 remarkably talented individuals were inducted into the Coast Guard Academy Athletics Hall of Fame in a ceremony that was held at the Otto Graham Hall of Athletic Excellence in Ballard Hall. Please join me in extending a warm Bears welcome and a hearty congratulations to this year's honorees. In the sports of cross country and track and field, from the class of 2007, Lieutenant Commander Mike Flint. In the sport of swimming and diving, from the class of 2003, Scotty Schlatt. In the sport of football, from the class of 1998, Commander Ed Hernier. In the sport of track and field, also from the class of 1998, Commander Josh Vann. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Hall of Fame class. Go Hall of Famers, go Bears!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the near sideline. Joining us for their first 2019 home game performance is the Cadet Dance Team and Windjammers Drummer Bugle Corps. Aside from supporting CTA football, they annually perform at events across the Northeast. This year, they are planning performances at New York City's Veterans Day Parade and Times Square. Last week, they returned to perform at McGill University in Montreal for the 15th year. Under the leadership of Cadet Maggie Caldwell and Jackie Jones, they returned to the field with popular songs selected from across the decades. Please support the continuation of these two activities and give a warm CTA welcome to the Cadet Dance Team Windjammers. drum major, but Keon Huff, you may take the field. gentlemen, one more round of applause for your cadet dance team and the Windjammer Drum and Bugle Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, I now direct your attention to the scoreboard for a special presentation. As announced by the Academy Superintendent before today's game, the Coast Guard Academy Alumni Association is embarking on another historic campaign that will permanently enhance our academy. We are excited to share our plans to build a Maritime Center of Excellence, a premier facility intended to embody the institutional heritage of seamanship development while instilling a liking for the sea and its lore in the newest members of America's oldest seagoing service. The center will meet a broad range of educational, recruitment, outreach, and waterfront operational needs, serving as the maritime front door for the Coast Guard Academy. The curvilinear roof and wooden ceiling and deck draw on maritime imagery, while the glass-enclosed atrium makes for full views of the Thames River and celebrates the natural beauty of the sea. The Maritime Center of Excellence will include high-tech classrooms, a marine science and engineering innovation.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the banks of the Thames River here at Coast Guard Academy, as our friend Keith O'Brien likes to say. Halftime here at Cadet Memorial Field. The score, the Coast Guard Bears 14 and the Catholic Cardinals 0. I want to update you on some of the scores going on from around the NUMAC and, of course, from around college football around the country, as we always do every single week. 21-17 win for Springfield, as we said earlier. They beat Norwich in that game, a big win for Springfield. They were down 17-7 in that game, and now they have won. So that's a big game for the Falcons as they get a big win at home. Some of the other scores we'll update you on right now, as we have a little bit of a technical difficulty on our internet, but that's all right. We'll give you the scores from Division I first. Iowa and Michigan updated right now. That is 2:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Michigan leads 10-3. USF beat UConn earlier today 48-22. Utah State and LSU, it's all LSU 42-6. Oklahoma at Kansas, they're up 35-7 in the fourth quarter. Same goes for Penn State at home against Purdue. Texas Tech beating up on 21st ranked Oklahoma State 37-21 in the fourth quarter. Maryland over Rutgers right now 48-7. That's also in the fourth. Army, our friends at the Army, 21-42 trailing Tulane in the fourth quarter. Louisville up 38-29 on Boston College in the fourth quarter. TCU trailing Iowa State 14-3. Central Michigan leading Eastern Michigan in the first quarter 7-0, and a final in Wisconsin 48-0. Wisconsin beats Kent State. Later on today, you can see Auburn and Florida, that game kicking off at 3:30, along with, how about this, Air Force and Navy playing against each other for the Commander's Trophy at 3:30 as well. Big game of the nightcap is Michigan State at Ohio State. Later on as well in baseball, the ALDS continues. Game 2 of the ALDS, the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays, and of course the New York Yankees hosting the Minnesota Twins.
I think Ohio State has kind of made things pretty interesting in the national landscape because, a couple weeks ago we thought it was Clemson, Alabama, and the gap was so deep. But 4 straight wins of 40 points or more for Ohio State against their opponents, and that's pretty impressive. That Fields kid, the quarterback, seems to be getting it all right. Kind of catapulted himself into the Heisman Trophy mix. But I still do think that Alabama is the class in the country, but you could probably group 5 or 6 teams, right there. And it's funny how Clemson has fallen from grace. They haven't lost.
They haven't lost, but they did almost lose last week.
No, I understand.
They just haven't played a complete offensive game, kind of like the Bears. They haven't played a complete offensive game so far this season. I venture to put Ohio State probably the second best team in the country right now. I know they haven't played too much competition.
Ahead of Oklahoma?
I would put them ahead of Oklahoma. I would.
Who would who would have the bigger chance of losing, Oklahoma in their league or Ohio State in the Big Ten?
I think Ohio State in the Big Ten, but that's why I put Ohio State above Oklahoma. Oklahoma's league is just not as strong as Ohio State's.
You couldn't see Texas picking them off?
Texas.
What was Texas doing in West Virginia?
Texas and West Virginia has not started yet.
Okay, not started.
So that's today, and next week is Oklahoma and Texas, so we're going to find out at the Red River Rivalry, baby. That's going to be a good
place or whatever it is.
It's out in the Cotton Bowl still, thank God. Yeah, Jerry hasn't tainted that one yet.
Right.
But I do think Oklahoma with Jalen Hurts at the helm, it's a Heisman race right now, I think, between Fields, Tua Tagovailoa at Alabama, and Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma.
And nobody's talking about the kid from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence, for the Heisman Trophy. Last year they said he'll be at 3 finals, Wouldn't it be something if Oklahoma played Alabama for the national championship with Jalen Hurts?
Wow.
Playing against his old team.
That'd be great.
Talk about a little juice, a little spice. But it's you're starting to get into that time now with college football where things are going to start happening.
Yes.
And things will happen tonight with Alabama and with Auburn and Florida.
Auburn and Florida's a big one. Auburn's still undefeated, and they're going on the road at the Swamp.
Yeah, and they're underdogs. Did they have a Trask? Is Trask as a quarterback?
Trask,
Florida?
yep.
He's a backup.
Yep.
All right, so let's settle things down here. We're ready to start the third quarter. Great festivities here at homecoming weekend. Keith O'Brien, Dan Zampano. Appreciate some of the emails we got in for the festivities. It's kpob622@gmail.com. We're glad you folks are enjoying it. Catholic will receive the second half kickoff. Crowley boots that ball through the end zone, so Catholic will take over from their 25-yard line. You got some offensive numbers for me for Catholic in the first half, Dan?
We do. Here are the first half individual statistics, and then we'll give you some season statistics as well. Right now, you can see these are the statistics.
These are the halftime
individual.
stats right here.
Yes, sir.
19 out of 28 for 127 yards for the quarterback, Bradley Berger, in his first game back since week 2. Now, that's a pretty good number because they're only averaging about 130 yards through the game through the air. And a lot of that stuff is check down stuff to Malera.
Malera's the guy that's been the whole offense so far in the first half.
Empty set right now. Berger, Malera, it's Chase Legrand. Bitzer on the tackle. We'll bring up second down and 6, and everything underneath still here for this offense. Just underway, second half. Gorgeous afternoon for football here at the Academy. Carson in motion. He'll draw that time to number 2. Chance Legrand. Be third down and 1.
Again, they're able to get these kind of short plays and get themselves in good position on third down, as referee calls his own time out here, but that's what they've been able to do so far in the game.
I tried to get a coffee at halftime from the concession stand out there.
Nothing?
No, they had coffee, but the line was here to the bridge. My goodness gracious.
That's why we have it all in-house here, but you can only get soda in here. We'll have to talk
coffee.
We'll have to talk to Sully about
Talk
getting
to
a
the
coffee.
SID.
We'll get a Keurig for you.
No coffee, no pumpkin spice.
Keith's Keurig. That's what we'll get.
I want to see Journey tonight, so I need my energy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Malera back in. He dances across the 35-yard line. Forward progress will give him the first down. And a flag. I think it's going to be personal foul against Coast Guard, and Bill George is hot.
Bitzer on the tackle.
Bitzer and Horner on the tackle. I think it's going to be personal foul Coast Guard. Kobe Coco, 15-yard penalty. Bill George does not like it. I have not seen one flag except for that offsetting penalty thrown against Catholic all day.
Well, that's gonna kill you. And Coach George kind of giving some encouraging words for Coco to, get it together here. And now look at that. I mean, it's 15 yards, and all of a sudden you had a third down and 1.
Yeah, now it's
first down and 10 in your territory.
Yeah.
49-yard line.
All right, here we go. Malera up the middle, big hole, breaks a couple tackles, sticks his head down. Kobe Coco on the tackle, but not after 11 yards on first down. Big hole up the middle for the Cardinals on offense.
Here we go again. They're getting the big push on the offensive line. I can't say that Coast Guard really won the trenches in that first half. They just made bigger plays when they had to.
Brian Malera is doing work in this game for Catholic. He gets the call again, gets to the outside, and he is stopped. But not after a 5-yard gain. Number 32, Mark Wick, coming in and making the stop.
Again, 3 yards in the cloud of dust, all fine for Catholic.
Seems to be working thus far. Again, they don't take shots downfield. This has been their offensive bread and butter. Everything underneath. Carson in the slot, along with Garcia. Malera in motion. Empty backfield right now. Nice step up, a nice throw, and a nice catch that time by number 1, Trey Carson. And he's had a step in the middle and a slant, and finally they got a chance to connect.
And that's his first time Carson's caught a ball this season. They're back to this weird 2-lineman formation, and they couldn't get it set right.
And a flag, and it's going to be probably a legal formation, right?
I think it's going to be a false start. The formation wasn't legal. It's just that number 64 there, and that's trying to get a name on that one for
Javier
Catholic.
Oliver.
Javier Oliver is going to get called for this, sir.
71. Brian Keating, the guilty partner.
By the way, we didn't get a chance to update you on that NUMAC score. Merchant Marine beating MIT today in double overtime, 35-29.
Wow.
Big win for Kings Point.
Wow.
Only makes that game later in the season here that much better.
Huge game. Merchant Marine and MIT come here this year. That play is going nowhere. Matt Salvi on the reception. He's second down and 6.
Salvi just slipping there. This is Catholic's best chance so far since that last half, the last drive of the second half, of the first half. This is their best chance here.
Check that, second down and 16 because of the penalty. Chance LeGrand in the backfield. Now he goes to the slot. Empty set for Berger. Big second down for this defense. Berger looks, comes back to his right. Got Salvi. Pushed out of bounds by number 49, Andre Horner. Short gain. Will bring up, third down and 10, looks like.
I think he might have got, I'm sorry. I was looking
third down and 9.
There. Third down and about 8 or 9. That's about it. Again.
Let's call it a long 9, a short 8. LeGrand in the backfield. Berger will work from the gun, setting up his protection. Big third down here. Opening drive of the third quarter. Berger comes across the middle, and again cannot find Trey Carson. And again, he's got no pressure on him. He's just going to wait for Carson to come across the formation and make that catch.
That route has been open 2 or 3 times, and he's missed it 2 or 3 times. It's just been not good there from Berger.
All right, you're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 8. Big play of the game here. Berger from the gun. Empty set. Moving up front. No flag. And he is sacked. R.J. Robisky. Nice job. Good motor that time by number 42.
He did. You give R.J. Robisky enough time, he's going to come after you real hard. And that time, Berger able to roll out a little. They did get away with a false start penalty, but again, they held the ball for way too long.
Way too long. And credit the secondary in coverage that time. Nice job downfield by the Bears. Allowing the defensive line, like I said, to keep chipping, and a good motor that time by Robisky, and he makes the sack. So 1st and 10, Coast Guard, Dan from their own 28. Shadows starting to fall here at Cadet Memorial Field. Wagner off the right side, nothing doing that time. Tackled by number 98. Their big number 96, Ty Cobb. Jake O'Donohue, number 99. I stand corrected.
They're going to go in and now start to establish more of a running game. They have a 2-touchdown lead. You don't want to sit on your laurels, but you do want to be able to still establish that running game. If Coast Guard can just get 1 or 2 touchdowns here, I think it would go good for their offense, especially the second half woes that they've had.
Didn't score a touchdown last week. Didn't score a point last week in the second half.
No, they haven't scored in the 4th quarter yet.
Jones from the gun. Snuffed out of the pocket. Rolls to his right. Got Moffitt in the flat. Justin breaks the tackle. Surges ahead to be close to the first down.
Balance. That's a great use of footwork and balance by Justin Moffitt. Work on that so much in practice. Head coach with wide receivers coach Eric Gherkin. Eric Gherkin came back. He was part of the 2012 class. He came back this year in the summer to work with them. He had the all-time receptions record that Justin Moffitt broke last year, and Moffitt says he's just been an excellent help as far as getting his route running progressions on the routes down.
Gardner up the middle, gets to the second level, sticks his head down and goes. Coast Guard Bears Athletics and the Secretary's Cup game is proudly sponsored by USAA, serving active military veterans with a discharge type of honorable. Spouses and their eligible family members. Visit USA.com/join for more information. 2nd down and 6, Coast Guard from their own 43, 9:44 and counting. Keith O'Brien, Dan Sampano, on an absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon for college football here in southeastern Connecticut. Great setting here at the Academy. Jones rolls to his left, comes back into the formation, hits Moffitt, and he cannot hang on. That was a tough spot to put Justin Moffitt in.
He took a shot there. That was Gabe Aparicio, who gave him a nice little licking right in the chin. And he can catch a lot of those balls, but you can't catch him when you got a face mask in your chin.
Jones has not had a lot of success rolling to his left today, throwing the football. He can roll to his right, he can survey the field, he can come back. But when he rolls to his left, he's got a hard time coming back across the formation.
It's hard for him to square his shoulders. It's hard for any quarterback there to square his shoulders on those.
Bunch set. Trips to the bottom. Bunch set. Jones looking, throws. And he's got his man Morales. Oh, that's a good, nice job by Morales that time. Miguel Morales, number 23. Senior wide receiver, and a nice job by Ryan Jones being patient with the throw.
And that's only the 6th catch of the year for Morales. He doesn't catch a lot of balls, but he catches a lot of balls in good situations.
Wagner in the backfield. Bears have crossed midfield. Their initial possession here to start the second half. Under 9 minutes now left to go here in the third quarter. Jones comes back. He's got Morales in space on the bubble screen. And Morales will fight and get 6 yards. Number 7, Brendan Webster, on the stop for Catholic.
You know, Morales is originally a running back that he was recruited as, but he's been turned into kind of this all-purpose kind of guy that you can line up almost like I don't want to compare him to him, but Christian McCaffrey does a lot of this
good
stuff.
Hand,
where he's got good hands, can line up as a receiver, can play what running back, can really do it all.
Coletti, the freshman in the backfield, wearing number 33. Who was the most famous running back to wear 33, you think?
Tony Dorsett?
Yeah, that was the guy I was thinking about. Touchdown, Tony Dorsett.
First one that came to mind.
Yeah, good job. Jones, we'll go to Coletti. Off his fingertips. That's on Ryan Jones right there. That's just... Again, you talk about making a little pushing and shoving over there on the far side. But that one's on Jones. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
They tried to get Coletti out there.
4.
You want to get the young guy some good reps to be able to get him out in space, see what he can do.
Again, that fastball like that, that ball sneaks up on him pretty quick. 3rd down and 4 from the 40. It'd be interesting to see if this is 2-down territory for the Bears. Wagner in the backfield. Pierce in the formation too. Wagner, power football, and he's going nowhere. That play was snuffed out and stopped. Jake O'Donohue, 6'2", 265. Out of Situate, Massachusetts, snuffed that one up. 4th down, and the Bears will punt.
I probably have some family
they get 2 or 3 yards. They go for it, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, but that play got snuffed.
Yeah, Roush just got beat there on the offensive line, and now it's time to kick it away. You don't want to play with fire here, up 2 touchdowns. Don't give him any room to breathe.
No, make him go the distance of the field. Yeah.
What have they done all day on offense?
Well, they've moved.
They have.
Yeah, but they can't finish. They can't finish a drive. High end over end kick. And that ball's going to be down inside the 5-yard line. Nice job.
How about that?
Adam Jabril Barnes, the sophomore down there. Young man making a play on special teams.
And how about Middleton?
Yeah.
Middleton's punts have been exquisite today. I mean, he is getting off some absolute boomers. That one was kicked from probably the 45-yard line. That's about a 55-yard punt.
Do you know that Tony Dorsett?
Yes.
Back-to-back years, he won the Heisman Trophy and the national championship with Pitt.
Yep.
Then came back the following year and won the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl with
That's
the Cowboys.
right, with the Cowboys.
1977 against the Broncos.
78.
78.
Yeah, 77 season. Keeper that time by Berger slides up to about the 7-yard line. Yeah, so Pitt won a national championship that year.
They beat Georgia, correct?
Yeah.
Sugar Bowl.
Johnny Majors, I think, was the coach of Pitt back then. So 77 season, 78 Super Bowl was that over
Yes.
Denver?
It beat Denver.
Orange Crush,
It had
Craig
six,
Morton.
6 turnovers. Craig Morton in the game.
Yeah.
Bobby Newhouse threw a touchdown to Goldie Richards.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was 9.
My father's a huge Dallas Cowboys fan back then.
I hated him. I hated the guy. You couldn't stand Tom Landry. 2nd down and 7. Berger from the gun. Pocket collapses. He gets the ball off. Easy dump off to Nick Gonzalez. That's going to be short of the 1st down. This is a big 3rd down coming up for this Bears defense.
Absolutely, because guess what? You can pin them deep, and now you've got the field position game.
3rd and 1.
Oh, you got to look for number 4, Mallara. Berger from the gun. Mallara in the backfield with him. Defense looking to make a play. And Mallara is going to stick his head down. He's going to be across the line.
Official gave him a good spot, too.
Yeah, the far side official gave him a real good spot. So they're going to put him close to the 14-yard line. Bits are on a stop, but not enough. Move the sticks, 1st down. Catholic.
That was a big play, too. You could have pinned him real back deep.
Fast-moving 3rd quarter. We were just under 6 minutes now. A little bubble screen to Carson. And a nice job, nice stop on the outside by Colby Coco, and Robisky in there to clean up the mess as well.
You know, those plays have worked, but when you run them over and over and over again, and you've got to find a way to mix up your offense when you're on the other side of the field.
I haven't seen any kind of big playability yet from this offense. I mean, everything's been dinking and dunking. There's nothing downfield. I don't see any one of these guys breaking free. Mallara up the middle. That's enough for a 1st down, but you know, in a fast, with under 5 minutes left to go, right around 5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. You know, is this the way is this what Catholic needs to do to get back into this game?
Well, I think they can do it now because there's still so much time left. It's only a 2-touchdown deficit. I mean,
right, we're not talking about do that down 28.
Exactly.
Right.
So I mean, look, they're going to run exactly what they're going to run. I actually don't mind it. They're being very patient, using the clock to their advantage.
Berger from the gun will step up, check down, and that's trouble. Boy, those tip balls, him and Carson have not been on the same page. Passes him, but behind him a little high, too hot. But boy, how many times do you see trouble off a tip pass?
That's what we had in the 1st half too with Goldsworthy. I think that it's starting to feel like it's going to be a forthcoming of things to come, maybe later on in the game.
Forthcoming of things to come.
Yes,
I like that.
Double entendre.
Yeah. That's just a flat-out drop by Trey Carson.
And
you can tell Carson likes to. He's wanting to run with that football before he's got it. You got to catch it, son, before you can make a play.
Well, he's their big play guy. He's their leading receiver. He gets the most catches on this team.
Yep.
So far, it's been all the running back. Mallara has had the most carries.
I've seen nothing creative from this Catholic offense, though. I mean, nothing. No end arounds, no trickery. I mean, you see that weird formation every once in a while, but I mean, is that going to pop you for a big play?
That's just designed to have a screen set up. I mean,
big 3rd and 10 for this defense. Pressure from the outside. Ball's loose. Orlando on the strip sack that time for Berger. Boy, nice job by that Bears defensive line, Dan. Orlando with the big hit, forcing the fumble, 4th down, Coast Guard.
You know, Berger's done a nice job of stepping up in the pocket on a lot of these pass rushes, but finally Orlando recognizes, like, I can't go too far up the field because I know he's going to step up, so let me just rush it a little, come back, gets a swat on it. Beautiful job.
Number 19, Nate Ralph, came off the edge and kind of set that edge and pushed Berger back in.
Absolutely.
And Orlando is ready to clean him up. Good. That's good teamwork football right there between Ralph and Orlando.
Let's get a good punt return here, shall we?
Coletti takes the fair catch, and Coast Guard will set up shop, 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. So when you go back throughout the history of college football, you talk about Tony Dorsett. He's the guy that won the national championship in Heisman in college, and then won a Super Bowl. I'm trying to think of other guys.
A couple guys that have done that at quarterback. Matt Leinart did it. Oh, no, you're talking and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Jim Plunkett?
And the Super Bowl.
Jim Plunkett never won a national championship.
Jim Plunkett never won a national
championship.
I know a coach that won as a player, as a coach, and as a NFL coach won a Super Bowl.
Mike Ditka?
No. I'll tell you after this.
Wagner, okay, no. So he won a national championship?
National championship as a player,
at
national
college.
championship as a coach, and a Super Bowl.
Barry Switzer? Am I close?
You're close. You are close.
Jimmy Johnson?
That's correct. Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson won as a player at Arkansas.
He won a play. Okay, all right, there you go then.
Him
All
and
right.
Jerry Jones were on the same team.
Yeah.
Wonder why he got the job.
Jerry Jones. Jones has got to step up. He is under duress. And he is tackled there by number 9, Jake Ballard.
A little bit of a covered shack there. Nowhere really to go for him. He could have hit Wagner on the outside screen, but nothing really doing there.
3rd down and 9 from the 45-yard line. We will be under 3 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter when this play gets snapped. Coast Guard looking to keep the drive alive. They got field position. Just seems like these last 2 drives will be wasted if they don't try and move the ball.
Exactly. You can put the game away with just one
score. Yes. Jones from the gun. Wheel route. They had to come back to Morales. And Jones got leveled on the play by number 8. Ballard drilled him. Looking for a flag late, but Coast Guard squanders another offensive set.
I love that idea, though, of doing the wheel route. Just run the wheel route.
Yeah, why you pull up short? Run, you're going to run.
I wanted to come back on the wheel route. I really like the idea of take a shot. It's 3rd down and 9. I mean, why not?
Yeah, even if you don't connect the pass, maybe get a penalty downfield.
Exactly.
Pick up the automatic 1st down. And Middleton's done a good job punting today for the Bears.
Oh.
Gets that ball up, underway with pressure. That ball takes a Coast Guard bounce. And a nice tackle that time on the stop. Jabril Barnes again.
Great job. He's earned himself some stripes. He'll be playing defense soon.
Yeah, Pedro Garcia is a tough guy to bring down, too. He's a crafty little player for Catholic.
Garcia did a nice job, too. That ball was rolling. He knew that ball. They've been getting the roll on these punts all game, so Garcia to pick that up is smart.
It'll bring up 1st down and 10, Catholic from their own 22. Eugene Bitzer on the tackle with Malera up the middle.
Eventually, you have to take a shot, though, don't you? I mean, eventually.
I've been saying that for the whole 3rd quarter. I want to see some big playability.
You have to find an ability for somebody one-on-one, give them an opportunity here. I understand Crowley and Goldsworthy are good, but come on.
Berger, screen again. That ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Number 40, Zach Lukasik on the step. So with all those guys up front, just either making plays, tipping balls. I mean, that defensive front can go get it.
Absolutely. Oh, they're animals on there. They really are. I mean, the speed is the key.
Berger, Robisky on the outside, brings pressure, throws deep. Coast Guard people looking for a hold, and they're going to get a late hit on number 93. And I don't see that. Andrew Rizzo will probably be flagged for a late hit. Coaching staff is yelling for a hold.
Robisky again.
It was number 93 on the late hit, wasn't it?
It was 93 on the late hit, but it looked like Robisky was getting held. That's the freshman from Glens Falls, New York. That's Rizzo.
Nah. Yeah, I didn't see that because I kind of looked downfield after the.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
But the entire coaching staff is yelling about the hold.
Yeah, there was definitely Robisky. Robisky is so good. I mean, he does that dip thing. He talks about Von Miller. He watches Von Miller videos online and how to do the dip move on the outside. He has really perfected it.
He's a football player. Catholic 1st and 10 from their own 40. Berger from the gun. Malara. It's got some room underneath. Sticks his head down. Gets 9 yards. Colby Coco on the stop.
And I'm not saying Robisky is, automatic NFL talent, but the guy's 6'2", 225. I mean, he puts on 15 pounds. You got a solid outside linebacker. And with his speed, I mean, this guy is fast. He has developed incredibly from last year to this year. It's really been something to watch.
Malera is down right now, so he is their best player. So it's like a little bit of a cramp, a little Charlie horse or something like that.
Well, while we have a timeout, we'll do this day in Coast Guard history. How about that? October 5th, 1938, the newly established Coast Guard Reserves enrolled their first members in 1938 on this day. In 1969, so this one happened exactly 50 years ago today.
I was born in 69.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Summer of Love. There's Keith O'Brien. For extreme and heroic daring on the morning of October 5th, 1969, while on authorized leave, Coast Guardsman James P. Greer rescued 2 persons and attempted to rescue a third from drowning in the waters of the Atlantic Ocean near Rockport Harbor, Massachusetts. For his action, the Coast Guard awarded Petty Officer Greer a Gold Life-Saving Medal. And that is your day in Coast Guard history.
Fantastic.
Right off of Rock Harbor, Massachusetts. I believe that's probably near Cape Cod.
Rock Harbor, Mass? Yeah.
Probably around there. You seem like you're a Cape Cod
I've
guy.
been to Cape, yeah. I've been all over on Cape Cod.
Only Cape for me. Nantucket never really ventured out there.
I went to Martha's Vineyard last summer. I had a good time out there.
It was not bad.
It's all right.
It's a lot of shops, a lot of beach.
It's not your speed?
I want waves, man. I want waves, beach,
Yeah.
bumming around.
So you're more of a beach guy than mountain guy?
Absolutely. I'm from Clinton, Connecticut, on the shoreline.
Yeah.
So I was kind of born in the ocean, you know.
You know, like upstate New York or
I
Maine
love,
or anything like that?
I love going up there. Living up there is a different issue.
Okay, I got you.
It's a little different. But
I
this
understand.
water scene is,
No, I understand.
You know, the thing.
2nd down and 1. Well, this is not the ocean, though. This is a river.
This is a river.
Will lead to the ocean.
But it's going.
That's it going to the ocean.
Going out to the
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the
As
same
long as we
page.
can get there.
2nd down and 1. Berger. A little reverse, almost a trickery play. Oh, what a great tackle that time by Crowley. Garcia on the end around. Good assignment, good disciplined football that time by Crowley.
Well, I'll tell you what didn't make that work is LeGrand. LeGrand's going to get out there and block. He has a whole path to the end zone. If LeGrand just comes up the field, he can follow you right behind you.
Crowley did not follow the flow on that little inside handoff. He stayed right there. Trips to the bottom of the formation. LeGrand up the middle, going nowhere. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Big stop by number 92, Colby LeDuc. We have called at least a half dozen names on that defensive line now. So a lot of guys in and out, a lot of guys making tackles.
And LeDuc is another big fella.
It's a luxury when you can keep bodies fresh up front, not wear out these guys, and everybody's in there making a stop.
Especially on the defensive
line. Good
line.
deal, yeah. Those guys are working down there.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 10. Little swing pass the outside to LeGrand. Kobe Coco snuffing that thing out. He may lose yardage on that, maybe a half a yard.
Coco with the tackle.
So I'm going to call it 3rd down and 10. No gain on the play. Kobe Coco's played a nice football game today, too.
Like a totally different defense when they get somebody in their territory. It just gets so much more aggressive.
Coco's played well. He's come up from that strong safety position. He snuffed things out. A good football game. He's tackled some guys on the run.
2 really good tacklers at the safety spot.
Yeah. Big 3rd down here for this Bears defense. Berger from the gun. LeGrand in the backfield. Berger looks middle, trying to set up the screen. Down his man. And LeGrand breaks a tackle and almost balls out.
Did that ball come out?
That ball came out. LeGrand is a little bit nicked up.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
It's going to go for 14 yards, though. It's going to be a 1st down. LeGrand is down.
He took a wicked shot there. I didn't see who the safety exactly
shot
was.
To the knee, Charlie horse type of deal.
It was either Coco or Goldsworthy that made that tackle. I did not see exactly who it was, but
6 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. This quarter flown by.
Yeah, we're hearing it's Kobe Coco that made that tackle. So, and he really put a hit lower leg area, and it's a totally unintentional, but it's still scary.
Cardinals will put the ball in play when play resumes. A 1st and 10. The ball is resting at the 36.
You watch that game the other night between the Seahawks and the Rams?
Excellent game. One of the
Good football
one
game.
of the best throws I've ever seen a quarterback.
Oh, Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
He's not bad at quarterback. We've seen a lot of garbage football games on Thursday nights.
Thursdays are terrible.
But that was a good game.
Well, the past 2 weeks have been actually really good. The Rams, Seahawks, and then the Eagles, Packers was a pretty good game too.
Yeah, when you look at the NFC West too, when you have 3 good teams. The Rams are a good team. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seattle's a good team, and San Fran's a good team.
How about those 49ers?
So you could have a team come out of that division at 10-6. That's a good football team.
Could you have told me at week 5 the Rams would be a game and a half down to San Francisco, who would be undefeated?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's San Fran played them all? They got a big game, don't they?
Big game on Monday against the Cleveland Browns.
All right.
But they are at home.
Okay.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
So this is our chance to kind of see them in action. The NFC is a complete logjam right now.
The NFC?
NFC complete. I don't see one great team in the NFC.
No, there's 2 really good teams in the AFC.
The AFC is a 2-horse race.
Yeah, that's it.
We might as well just play that.
Oh, I would think so.
Let's figure out exactly where it's going to be first.
That game in
I was at that game last year in Kansas City.
Well, the regular season game is
in New
late
England.
November.
In New England, yep.
Late November, early December in New England.
It's a Sunday night game in New
yeah.
England.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Coast Guard leads 14-0. I am going to the October 21st Monday Night Football game, the Patriots at the Jets.
I will be in Las Vegas for that, so I'll look for you.
All right.
That's a good game to go. Is it at MetLife Stadium? Of course.
I will tell you this. I've got a friend who works for the network.
Okay.
Who's going to have me on the sidelines before the game.
Oh.
He's going to show me the production truck. I'm going to get the whole Super Nuts 9.
You're calling it with Booger.
I'll see all those guys.
I think you'd do a better job than Booger, to be honest with you. I don't want to speak bad of Booger, but I think it would be an entertaining game.
He's tough to take.
He's
Oh, you listen to him?
Oh, it's
horrible.
It's not my favorite broadcast, let's put it that way, to put it mildly. I will say, I love the NBC Sunday night broadcast is without question my favorite broadcast. Beautiful job by the cheerleaders there. By the way, you were asking about Texas earlier. Down 7-0 already.
That's a tough place to play, Morgantown, West Virginia.
First quarter, West Virginia scores right off the bat.
That's a tough place to play. I mean, that's a crazy football town, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. You're Irish, by the way. Cupcake today against Bowling Green.
What's that spread, like 70?
It's 46 and a half.
46 and a half. Send it in, I'll cover.
Big game against USC next week.
Yeah.
Don't want to fall asleep.
First and 10, Catholic. We start the fourth quarter. They trail 14-0, but they're on the move. First and 10 from the Coast Guard, 36. Berger to Malera back in the game, and Malera heard footsteps. Michael Goldsworthy was coming up looking to lay a lick on him.
I don't know who hits harder, Goldsworthy or Wick. I mean, both of them just hammer guys when they hit them. And it looked like he might have taken a little exception, Malera, to it, but that's football.
Malera up the middle, got a big hole. Nice stop by Bitzer.
On the carry. Credit the tackle to number 43, Bitter.
And this is a big drive.
Football game. This is a big third down.
Big drive here, big third down, because you get a touchdown to start the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, this game becomes a real game here.
2 down territory, without question.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I think when you're at the 30-yard line, you have to when you're down 2 touchdowns.
So look for the screen or the inside handoff here. I like the screen in these type of situations. Empty backfield. Berger, check down to Malera, and that's too easy.
Yeah.
That's too easy because when he slips out of the formation, when he slips into the flat, there's nobody following him.
Well, they're playing off. They don't want to give up anything deep. You're at the 30-yard line.
They're not going deep, though.
Yeah, you know they haven't gone deep all game, and you got to trust your corners if they do. I mean, there's nobody manned up there. Nobody manned up.
No, he slipped out in the formation, and he was wide open.
And now you've got 1st and 10 at the 25. If you don't score here, Catholic may not score the rest of the game. It really is imperative that they do that.
Garcia in motion across the formation. Handoff goes to Malera.
Malera on the rush.
That's good for about 4 yards. 13:30 and counting.
49.
Yeah, Lakasik that time able to beat his man real easily, come back down and make a play, but they did get a push everywhere else.
Here. 22-yard line.
I almost said Stanford on the move. It's Catholic. Berger. Look to his left. Pressure on the outside from Robisky. Berger tucks it, and he is going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
Bradley Berger.
Touchdown run for Brady.
That was the last thing I expected.
Brady Berger.
I mean, Berger has 2 open receivers on this play rolling out. Everybody's worried about him. For the first time, he takes off. And the Red Sea parts here. So now we've got a game. You want a game? We got a game, kid.
Yeah, you said that. You said that. They score now. You get a ball game. He was untouched.
Wow.
He was unaccounted for and untouched.
I've not seen a 26-yard run like that. Oh, he almost missed it.
Oh, the extra point is missed.
Bad snap.
Riley misses the extra point, which make things very interesting. 14-6.
Well, the snap there was a little bit high for, I think it was number 80, Matt Salvi, who was trying to get it down. He actually did a really good job of getting it down, but a much maligned to the left there.
Bears fans want to score big. Take advantage of insurance discounts with USAA. Learn more at USAA.com/insurance. USAA, a proud sponsor of Coast Guard Bears Athletics and the Secretary's Cup game. After you're done getting an insurance quote, you know what you do? You head down to Mr. G's restaurant. Located 1 block from the Academy, Mr. G's is a proud sponsor of Coast Guard Academy Athletics, now serving Mr. G's exclusive breakfast pizza. Join us Saturday and Sunday morning, started at 8 a.m. for the best breakfast in town. If you're getting breakfast pizza, what's on a breakfast pizza? Is it egg?
I think it's an egg as the base.
Sausage?
You put an egg as the base, sausage, ham, maybe a potato in there. And
Potato?
It's thick.
Yeah.
It's like a deep dish.
You know what I had over the summer? I had spaghetti and meatball pizza. You ever had spaghetti pizza?
That's one of my
You
favorites.
never had that?
It's one of my favorites.
Tom, right? Tom is the guy running the... I'll tell you about it after this play. That is Duran on the return out to the 32-yard line. So,
jeez. After the play, a little pushing and shoving,
well,
too.
shenanigans down there.
I
So
don't like that.
You've had spaghetti meatball pizza?
Love spaghetti meatball pizza.
Fantastic. Stonington Pizza right down the road here in Stonington, near the borough. It's fabulous. It's almost like a deep dish crust.
Wow.
I mean, spaghetti, meatballs, pasta, everything. It's you're full. You're full after you're done eating.
Well, that's
It's
carbs
fantastic.
on carbs on carbs.
That's right.
I have had.
That's why I'm riding 40 miles on my
There you
bike
go.
afterwards.
I have had penne alla
Jack,
vodka
you ever
pizza.
have spaghetti meatball pizza? Go to Stonington Pizza. Nah, she said nah. Jones, sprint rollout. Got Jamie wide open and connects. Damaso Jamie dancing. Oh, we got a play here, folks. Crosses midfield. Jamie to the 40, to the 38-yard line. Big play that time between Ryan Jones and Damaso Jamie.
We got some life here on offense here. Now that's rocking and rolling. Jamie had everybody came over to the right-hand side. Nobody stayed home and stayed to kind of contain the play.
Coast Guard has not scored a touchdown or a point in back-to-back third and fourth quarters all year long, right?
Yep, and like we said earlier, they have
Last
not
week against Curry, they didn't score a point in the second half.
0 points in the fourth quarter this season. 0.
So Jones, little blitz that time, little run blitz. Wagner. That was number 7 on the outside. Brendan Webster selling out.
He is.
Jack, you don't like pizza? What's that?
Gluten.
Too much gluten? Okay, gluten. Yeah.
Gluten apparently is the enemy of all foods now. It's amazing how that's happened.
Little sauce, little cheese, little pasta.
I'll tell you, I had penne alla vodka pizza, and that was very good.
That sounds pretty good,
I
right?
enjoyed that.
Yeah. Jones empty backfield from the gun. Pressure up the middle, picked up by the Bears, and that ball is dropped. Number 82 that time, Luke Arsenal. took a shot. Couldn't hang on. They'll bring up third down and 10 from the 38-yard line.
It's the backup tight end, Luke Arsenal. Don't usually see him out there. And he took a shot right immediately, right in the solar plexus, it looks like.
Wagner back into the game. So you have Wagner, Jamie, Moffitt, Morales, and number 18 is Fiddler at the top of the set.
First time we've seen him today.
Sprint roll out to his right. Jones looks, fires, and that ball is tipped.
Knocked down.
So, number 8.
That's Ballard.
Jake Ballard on the deflection. That time Coast Guard comes up empty.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, big play to Jamie, and then nothing after that. Now you're going to give the ball back to the Cardinals, who just scored in the last drive.
Coast Guard continuing to have to win these close battles. They're at the 38-yard line right now. And another stall drive.
And you got to give it up.
Another stall drive.
Middleton's punted very well. Poison, fire, get out of the way. Let's down this at the 1.
Nice
Oh, what a job. Coletti, the freshman, corralling it. Downs it at the 1-yard line. I'll tell you one thing. The Middleton's punted very well. Their kicking game today has been exceptional.
And after losing Chip Crowley from last year as punter, who did really, really well as a punter, Middleton gets a nice little roll here today. Has been his coming out party for that. This is the point in the field where you can really lose some nerve if you're an offense, and the defense can really take advantage of it. So big plays, the next couple of them here for the Coast Guard defense.
So if Catholic wants to tie this game up, they're going to have to earn it. They have to go 99 yards. Berger will throw from the end zone. Dangerous. Dangerous. Watch out. And that ball is incomplete. And you got to be dangerous not to have a holding penalty in the end zone either, because that'll be a safety.
The fact that you're throwing the ball at that point in the field, I mean, you've got to be able to get a push and get some yards and get yourself some breathing room. That's what you need to do.
Zach Lukasik and Robisky were coming after
With this pass rush, I wouldn't advise that again.
Second down and 10 from just inside the 1-yard line. Shadows have fallen. Inside handoff to Malero, and he's got a little bit of room. He's going to be close to a first down.
That's what they should have done on first down. Is now they got that breathing room to be able to get a 3rd and 1 here.
3rd and 1. That was too big of a hole right there.
Way too big.
Too easy.
Another big play on 3rd down. Can Coast Guard hold them again?
Seven seconds on the play clock. Pinch the middle of the defensive line. Malera. Boy, that was pretty close. Orlando hit him. Bitzer cleaned it up. I think he's just going to have enough for a first down.
He got met right at that marker down line. And he got
shot that gap on
he did it again.
There, and boy, we laid a hit on him, but
done that a couple
he didn't
times.
need very long. He got about a yard. He needed about 6 inches, I think. So 10:27 and counting. 1st and 10, Catholic from their own 12. Ball across the middle and caught by number 1, Trey Carson.
Finally got that over the middle to Carson.
I have a feeling if you can hit Carson in stride there, he can make a play.
He can. He
but
is
he cannot,
fast.
He just hasn't been able to do that all day.
He hasn't. They haven't had a clean throw to him.
He could catch and scoot, I think, if he catches the ball, in space. There's Garcia on the outside, and missed tackle by Goldsworthy. Pedro Garcia sticks his head down. Good gain on first down for Catholic.
That's a
little rhythm right now for this offense.
That's a rare missed tackle for Michael Goldsworthy. You don't usually see that from him. This is starting to get a little eerie for the Coast Guard team here.
Yeah, I don't like the way this is setting up right now.
No, it is not. It is really...
You let him off the end zone.
Really imperative that they get a stop on this drive.
Need to stop here on 2nd down. A little hitch and go that time. Berger steps up, and he is going to be taken down by Robisky. It's going to bring up down 3rd and 3. And again, Robisky, his ability and his motor to come back into a play is tremendous.
He sees the field very well as a defensive end. They actually picked up a yard on that play. So a huge 3rd down and 3. Right now, so far today, Catholic is 9 of 17 on 3rd down.
Well, make a play. You know who the party's going to be. It's going to be number 4, Malera. Well, a little toss sweep. He gets to the edge. He turns it upfield. And he breaks 3 tackles.
Goodness.
And he picks up the 1st down. Crowley and Robisky both in position to make the tackle. And Malera's had a good game today.
He's like tackling a greased pig.
No, he's played well. He's a good football
he
player.
is
He's carried the
fantastic.
load. So the drive continues. 8:50 and counting left to go in the ballgame. Malera, big hole up the middle. 9 yards, taken down by number 35, Dan Dingus. But right now, the offensive line, they've gone 50 yards. They've gone up the shadow of their end zone.
And they're trying to get guys rotated in and out. These guys are tired. Robisky's been on the field for almost the whole game.
2nd down and 1, free play. And just behind the tight end there, number 19, McNulty.
Again, another pass behind his receiver, Berger. Hasn't been incredibly accurate today, but he's made plays when he needs to. And now all the plays have been to number 4.
2nd and 1, that's one of those plays where you want to take a shot downfield.
Right, exactly.
You know, it basically is a free play.
They haven't done it.
Berger from the gun. Malera sticks his head down. He's not going to get there.
No way.
He is not going to get there. Great job up front. Big push by that defensive line. Number 19 again, Nate Ralph, and Bitzer in again on the stop. That's going to bring up 4th down. They're going to go for it, right?
Do you dare? Do you dare punt it here? I mean, you still have 8 minutes left.
Are they going to punt the football?
You have 8 minutes to go, but man, you got some
Wow.
momentum here. You got some momentum.
So at 4th and 1, they're going to punt the football. Number 13 comes in, Riley. Wow, I'm shocked.
That's a 50-50 call there, and I don't know if he got this one right.
Good kick. High end over end kick. Fair caught there by number 14, Jacob Wagner.
That was 2 close plays right there. Goldsworthy almost blocking the punt, and Wagner almost not getting his fair catch off. So now
Wagner's looking into the sun there a little bit.
Listen, any points, anything at all, and this game's over. Anything at all. As this shadow, again, like you're seeing, this whole sun, the way this stadium is set up, you got a tree, you got the whole press box, you can see all the shadows on the field there. It does throw for an interesting kind of thing.
Such an important game for this team today to try to get back to 1-1 in league play and 4-1 overall. Jones from the gun, John Wagner in the flat. Can't shake the arm tackle that time. That number 15 out there in coverage. Nice job, Antonucci. Tommy Antonucci, 5'8" sophomore to Massaquan, New York.
Down on the island.
Jumbo package coming in now. Pearson Gardner. I call it the heavy duty package. How's that?
I think so. Gardner and Pearson.
It's not quite the jumbo package, but it's the heavy duty package. Pearson Gardner.
No true fullback.
But Pierce here slipping out of the formation, the tight end too. Gardner will go nowhere. Nice job that time by number 21, Gabe Aparicio.
That one just not working again. Now you sound for 3rd and 11 now. I mean,
Aparicio kind of stepped in from that free safety position, snuffed that one out.
Once again, this Bears offense is just not got anything going in the second half. It's got to be so frustrating. Coach George doing his classic crouch still. He's been doing it all the second half.
Well, confusion down there for Coast Guard, under 10 on the play clock. Jones looks across the middle of the field. He's got to break the pocket. Jones throws downfield. Oh, where's the pass interference?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Justin Moffitt was draped by number 21. Aparicio was all over him.
Now,
Bill George is hot, and I don't blame him.
Now, I don't know if he even would have got a first down, but still, it's a pass interference. Jumping on his back.
You see Coach down there? He's hot.
2 or 3 seconds before the ball gets there. I mean, what have we talked about the whole end of the first half scenario and all that stuff? Ay. These referees again.
But Catholics should get the ball in pretty good shape here.
Absolutely. Great shape.
Middleton, nice kick. Garcia yells poison, of course, right? And then they're going to get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
I mean, this is a gift the Catholic has been given right now.
5:56 left to go in the game. Coast Guard leads 14-6. This offense has struggled for the Bears in the second half.
It just hasn't gotten anything going as far as finding open receivers. Running game has been stifled. The trenches have been
Do you think the defense kind of takes it personally right now to get a stop here? Are they up to the challenge?
I hope so, because they've been
on
the field the whole
long
half.
time in the second half. Curry was like that last week against Curry. Berger. Inside handoff again, breaking a couple tackles. And a good gain on first down. Is Malara, 9 yards.
Mark Wick, after that play, pleading with his defense to let's kick it into high gear. Let's show some fight.
They have been on the field the entire second half. Let's go, Bears. Let's bear down. Let's make a stop here. 5:30 and counting. 2nd down and 1. Malera again, and he is going to be close to the first down. Bitzer's played a heck of a ball game at linebacker position.
He has, Bitzer. You talked about it already. The blitzes that he's done, he's just hitting the holes so fast. It looks like we're going to have a measurement here.
It looks short.
Yep, the officials are going to measure this one.
Officials timeout. The time of possession on there?
Yeah, right now it's at 30 minutes and change for Catholic and 23 minutes for Coast Guard.
Okay.
Which I think makes sense logically.
It seems a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
It seems like, especially in the second half.
53 minutes.
It's own the ball. I'm going to say he's a little short.
It's actually down to 32 minutes now.
I'm going to say he's a little short. You got a call?
This is going to be short.
You called after you stretched the chain.
Well, you told me you asked me too late.
Short. Yeah,
asked me too late. I'm going to say.
You're supposed to give me an opinion while he's walking out with his sticks.
Listen, you asked me right before it was a measure. I didn't have time. Short. That would have been my call.
So Jackie Bono in the booth with us. And Tom, your last name again? Tom Ewell. He's a lacrosse player. He's operating the computer scoreboard. We got a fun crew here in the booth. Berger from the gun. Oh, my goodness. What a hit that time by Bitzer. And Malero sticks his head down. He earned that yard. Boy, Eugene Bitzer shot out of a cannon on that play.
Ring the bell. Goodness gracious.
That was a big hit.
That was a sonic boom off of that hit.
Brian Malero's going to need an ice pack after this.
I don't know how he got through that. That's incredible.
But a new set of downs here. 4:44 and counting. Screen again.
Orlando quick to the quarterback that time.
Right.
Made sure he didn't have a good clean throw off there. Man, this is a dogfight.
You've got to think right now at this point, whatever happens is 4-down territory.
It's a dogfight.
Under 5 minutes to go.
Yep.
I mean, they can't be kicking the ball back.
No way.
Right now.
Not this time.
This is our game-tying drive right here.
They got 3 plays.
We can't give them the ball back.
Nope,
Yeah.
can't do it.
12 on the game clock. 4:41 on the game clock. 12 on the play clock. Malera on the outside. Coast Guard staff yelling for a holding. Number 19, Nate Ralph, in pursuit on the stop that time for the Bears. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 5, Dan.
Absolute 2-down territory here. I'm sorry, 4th down territory here. If they want to go for it, all rights to them. This is an open play.
.412 and counting on the game clock. 3rd down and 5. Berger from the gun. Looks downfield, steps up, and he'll be tackled short of the first down. Orlando on the stop. Pressure by number 40, Zach Lukasik as well.
Berger recognizing the run too late. Orlando just getting enough on the ankles, and now it sets up the play of the game, which of course Catholic is going to take a
Catholic's going to call
timeout.
timeout. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. 3:43 left to go in the ballgame. Fantastic afternoon here for college football in Cadet Memorial Field. Keith O'Brien, Dan Zampano bringing you all the action. Second of a 3-game homestand. Springfield had a big come-from-behind win against Norwich.
Yes.
Today they will be here next week.
And that sets up a massive game because Springfield just got their first win. They moved to 2-3, but first win in conference.
Right.
Coast Guard survives this. They're 1-1 in conference, and that sets up a huge clash because then, you try to move forward on to possibly having to win games later on in the year against much better competition. Look, but these are games here, and Coach George talked about it earlier in the week. We have to win close games. We've done it so far. But can we keep doing that? Can we keep surviving? That's the question.
This team has not had a blowout win all year long.
Nope.
This team has won
Not
close
one.
game after close game, and
New
Bill
England-
George is going from having gray hair to silver hair.
Yeah, Silver
Just
Fox.
like that, Silver Fox. All right, big play here. 4th down and 1. Let's see what that defensive line can muster up. I'd be shocked if anybody in the building but number 4 got the football.
Here we go.
Crowd's into it. I'm into it. You're into it. 4th down and 1. Berger on the keeper.
Oh, no.
And he's got all day. Nicely designed play. Wick on the stop. Berger shaking up a little bit.
He
He's
is.
a tough kid.
I thought he was gone for a second there.
He's all set. Berger's saying, I'm all set. They want to bring in the backup quarterback, but he says no.
Oh, my goodness.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 26, 3:25. I love it when a kid weighs off a coach saying, no, I'm all right. I don't substitute.
Tough
for
as
me."
nails.
Tough kid. Hasn't played since week 2. Carson in motion. Malera on the outside. Cuts it back up. It takes a big hit from Bitzer. But not after getting about 8 yards. And I like the little gamesmanship going on between Gonzalez and Goldsworthy. They're fighting it out down there, and the play's nowhere near him.
All game that's been that way. All game.
All game.
They've been in a dogfight.
Goldsworthy says he's not going to throw the ball my way. I'm going to find action no matter what. Love it. But a big gain of 8 yards on 1st down. And a little shovel pass to the outside. Wick comes in,
man.
takes a lick, and Orlando finishes off Malera.
And they welcomed it, and they have to separate Goldsworthy and Gonzalez again. Referee
Look
came
at
in,
it,
they've had
putting each
enough.
other down there.
But that time, Wick put his head down and took one on the chin there from Malera.
Oh, yeah, Malera's. Yeah, Malera he's played a heck of a football.
Unbelievable.
I mean, his numbers being called on basically 75% of the plays.
I'll give you his stats there in a second.
1st and 10 from the 15. Berger dumps one off underneath. Colby Coco on the stop. McNulty. But that was just to bring the tight end out in the formation, and a 3-yard pass gets you about 6 yards.
And the player down here for Coast Guard. Can't tell exactly.
Is that Bitzer, 35?
Bitzer is Orlando. I don't know if he was on the field for that play.
It's Orlando. It's not Bitzer.
Yeah. So
Number
Orlando.
of touches today from Malera.
So I hope you had him in fantasy. That's all I have to say. 25 carries for 120 yards, 9 catches for 70 yards. That's his line today.
So 25 carries for 120.
And 9 for 70 in the passing game.
So he's got 200 yards of offense.
Yep. He's got just
25,
about it.
25
190 yards of offense.
34 touches.
And he has 34 touches. That's a heck of a
The
game.
entire offensive
That's
team.
a great game. That's a super game.
34 touches for almost 200 yards.
And they've thrown the ball 48 times.
Yeah.
He's got 206 yards passing. On 31 completions.
Wow. 2nd down and 5. The defense has been on the field the entire second half. We are under 2 minutes. 1:56 and the clock is being wound.
Be nice for a tip pass here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Berger out of the gun. Berger looks left, slant, got his man Gonzalez, and he takes a pop from Number 32, Mark Wick.
Oh,
All right, Coast Guard, look at that, huh?
what just happened there?
He
Oh,
threw the ball
man.
at Goldsworthy. Should have been an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Oh, man.
It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5.
That's unbelievable.
Wow. High snap, Malera. Berger on the keeper, and he gets planted. Bitzer again says, take that.
Man, Bitzer is everywhere on the biggest plays of the game, on these third downs, on these big, huge plays. I mean, but on the other side of this, Goldsworthy has every right in the world to be upset.
He's hot. He's still woofing at the refs,
He is
huh?
screaming at the official. And Bill
Second
George should be
timeout
too.
for Catholic. I'm sorry, Dan. 1:18 left to go in the game, and Catholic chooses their second timeout.
See if Bill George goes over and takes a talk to the official
C.C.
again.
Grant's over there. He's
Yep,
talking
he
to
is.
him, too. Now there goes Coach. Coach is hot. He's going to pull
gathering.
C.C. Grant away from there.
He is making sure.
And Andre
both teams are
Horner
there.
is firing up his troops right now. This is homecoming weekend. You want to see a good football game? You got it.
This has reminded me of at least the level of hype of last year's game against Norwich, where it was just back and forth the whole time.
Yeah.
This has just
Listen,
been.
that Norwich win last year where
Right.
Ryan Jones ran it in, that's what really catapulted this team.
Absolutely.
So maybe the defensive stand right here could catapult this team another big year.
I agree.
Wow.
That's exactly where we're
Good
going.
football right now.
This one has been a war of attrition. Who wants it more?
Yes.
So far, I mean, Coast Guard hasn't scored, but their defense, unbelievable will.
The story of the season.
They're trying to will this win with their defense. They're tired. It's the fourth quarter. You've been on the field a ton in the second half. You have to empty the tank right here on these last 3 plays.
Second down and goal from the 6-yard line. Berger and Malera in the backfield. Good football game here, folks. Berger will throw. He's being snuffed. And touchdown. Trey Carson. Berger broke containment in the pocket. Crowley lost Carson in coverage. And we're a 2-point conversion away from a tie game. Great play that time by number 12, Brady Berger.
So close. So close. I think it was Dingus. He was so close to getting after Berger. But guess what? You can still win it with this play right here. Catholic only has 1 timeout. So this is it, outside of the onside kick that would come after this.
Timeout. Bill George is calling timeout.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's a good timeout right there.
Absolutely. Great game.
What a good
Great
football
game. You're here at Coast Guard homecoming weekend. You got the fall foliage, the atmosphere, the electricity. Every graduating class of 1949 is here. And you get this game. It comes down to a 2-point conversion. You can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, good game. Good time, partner. Good game. Good college football game, that is for sure.
And we still have another one coming up against Springfield. A couple next week, obviously, and beyond 2 more after that. So.
Yep. Yeah, we have 2 more games, you and I. Springfield and MIT. That Merchant Marine game will be handled by the big network.
Yep. The big boys coming in.
Sure.
Deservedly so from the Coast Guard for that game.
Yep.
Well, now with
1:13 left to go in the game. Coast Guard leads 14-12. Timeout by the Bears defense as that missed extra point could be huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Catholic will have to go for 2.
You get the crowd riled up into this one, and now what do you call if you're on the Catholic sidelines is the question. I mean, you've worked
Defense is going to be called again to make another play. Garcia in motion. Gonzalez beats Goldsworthy for the 2-point conversion. And Goldsworthy talking.
Again.
I'm sorry, Gonzalez talking to Goldsworthy. Fired up. Tie football game, folks.
All game, those two have gone at it. And the biggest spot, Gonzalez beat Goldsworthy twice. And you can obviously see his frustration on the sidelines, or hear it at least. But this game is not over. We've still got 1:13 to go. There's still a lot of time And Ryan Jones did it last year. It's the exact situation. Against Norwich, they were down by 4. Now they're tied in this game. You need at least a field goal to win it. What are you going to do? Somebody's punched you in the mouth. What are you going to do?
They got 2 timeouts left if you're the Bears. 1:13 left to go here in regulation.
And they tell him after. They tell Coletti as he's coming out of the kick return, he says, house it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Coletti and Duran, a sophomore and a freshman, back deep to receive the kickoff. Riley does the kicking. It was a 99-yard drive by Catholic, wasn't it?
Wow. Yep, it was. Started at the 1-yard line.
Coletti, the freshman, up the left side, hanging on to the football, tackled at the 29-yard line.
Well, now the minute
That was
10.
a 99-yard drive, wasn't it?
Absolutely. They started that one at the 1-yard line and got that big play to kick it off on second down. That was a long drive, too. That drive was at least 7 minutes. So now it's up to Ryan Jones.
Couple of 4th down conversions on that, 2-point conversion. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
You're
That's
right.
right. Yep.
You're right.
Stand corrected. Ryan Jones, let's see if we can muster up here on this offense. Jones surveying the field. Boy, he's got some room if he can step up. And he's tackled at the 31-yard line.
Ryan Jones in the rush.
Just under a minute to go.
They got to get a play in here. They're going to put Morales in for Pierce. They want to throw the ball.
Yep. 47-46 and counting.
The clock is
Jones
running
getting
here.
the play call. The clock is going. They have 2 timeouts left, 38 seconds. Jones finds Moffitt, and that ball's low. I don't even know if he caught that, did he?
You say yes, but I almost wished, and then they got to take a timeout. You almost wish that was incomplete.
Right.
Because you're not getting a first down out of it.
There's only 29 seconds left to go. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 from the 36.
They ran 2 plays in about 45 seconds, which is not fast enough. So
No, not fast enough.
now,
No, I don't think you could change personnel like that on the fly
No.
either. Now with the clock running,
No.
you know, with 3rd and 7, run what we got.
29 seconds now. Now you're looking for a big play.
You
Now,
got Pierce coming off the
Right.
field. You got Morales coming in. It seems like in that stage of the game, just put your package out there you're going to run
Exactly.
and go with it.
Exactly. You have to stick with it, but they need a big play. That big play to Moffitt that happened in the beginning of the game, that would be nice. Now they have to find a hole in those safeties because they're going to be playing prevent defense the whole way.
Got 1 timeout left. You need a first down here. That's what you need.
Yep.
Clock will stop. Even if you want to clock it after the first down, you can do that as well. Listen, you want to try and win the game, or are you trying to get in overtime? What do you want? That's your question.
All you need is a field goal.
Right. Jones from the gun. Wagner, big hole up that right side. Wagner sticks his head down. Let's stop the clock with 23 seconds left to go in the ballgame.
That's their
Do
last
you
timeout.
clock it?
It's their
Oh, you
last
called
timeout.
another timeout.
Yeah. It's the last one. He could
All
have
right, so
clocked.
what are you now? You're about, 20 yards, 25 yards away from field goal range?
Yeah, just about. Well, I don't know because Crowley right now, we haven't really seen him kick a long field goal this year. We'll get you his field goal stats in a second.
Just trying to get into the head of Ray LaForte and Bill George right now and trying to figure out what the scheme is moving forward here. 14-14 tie, 23 seconds left to go in regulation. Now, we've seen the Bears win in overtime at Nichols.
Yep.
On a little option keeper between Jones and Wagner on a missed extra point by Nichols, so they kind of helped them out a little bit.
So far this year, Pat Crowley 2 for 4 on field goals, but as long as 39.
Okay, 39.
So
So he's got to
that's
kick
where
that
we
ball
are.
from the 29-yard line.
Right.
So you're talking 30. You're talking 34 yards.
They need to get to the 22.
22 yards.
22,
So
23 yards.
32 yards in 23 seconds.
Right.
You're going to need a big play.
Big play. But it has to happen now. I look for Moffitt, obviously. Because
Well, they got
that's
the heavy
the line
package
to
in there with Pearson again. So can they find something in the seam with the tight end Pierce, or do they go to the outside? Jones sprint rollout Oh, he's looking for Moffitt in the wheel route, and there's interference. Definitely interference that time by number 21. Moffitt was coming back for the ball, and number 21, Aparicio, was not.
And that's that wheel route concept that they didn't do with Morales here. They did it with Moffitt here. And either way, you get a pass interference, something happens there. Perfect job. Perfect play call.
That was a good route and a good throw by Jones.
Yep.
You gotta allow the receiver a chance to come back and make a play.
Nice throw. Great throw. Now you give yourself a shot. Depending on where they spot the ball here.
17 seconds. That ball will probably come down, the 35-yard line? 39. So what do you need, 10 yards?
I think you need about 15 yards and you're good.
Boy, I'd work the sidelines right now. I'd work the sidelines.
Yep.
I'm not a coach. Good football game. 17 seconds left to go in regulation. 14-14 tie. Jones from the gun. Jones looks to the outside to Middleton. And a nice easy pitch and catch out of bounds.
And that only took 4 seconds off the clock, so you can run that same play again. You're in Pat Crowley's field goal range.
That was a great catch by Middleton, too.
Great job.
High drama here at the Coast Guard Academy. 13 seconds left to go. 14-14 tie game. Homecoming day. Jones sprint rollout. Look. Throws deep. Corner of the end zone. And that ball drops short.
I don't like that.
I don't like that one bit.
Too much time.
He was looking for Morales in the corner of the end zone. That play took 12 seconds.
You can throw it in the middle of the field if you get a first down.
And clock it.
And that stops the clock, and you have time to get up to the line of scrimmage. You didn't need to do that. And now, do you send Crowley out there? Just give him one more give him a shot at it.
I think they're going to jump ball corner of the end zone.
Oh, yeah,
12 on the play clock. 5 seconds on the game clock. They're going jump ball end zone. Ball's deep. Corner. Tipped and intercepted. Number 82, the intended receiver, Luke Arsenal. Pass was intercepted by, I think, by number 19, McNulty. Thomas on the interception. Drew Thomas, number 10. That'll be the end of the football game. That was going to take us to overtime.
Yes, sir. We had an overtime game earlier today with Merchant Marine getting a win in double overtime. But we have another one here coming up, and this will be the second overtime game so far this year as Coast Guard was able to win up at Nichols in overtime. And now it's just a matter, obviously we know it's a 25-yard line. Each team gets it there, and then we see exactly what happens. So the coin toss will happen now.
The line went to the Kansas tiebreaker, ladies and gentlemen. Will be placed on the 25-yard line.
It's a bonus football.
Can't ask for anything better on homecoming weekend, though. Bonus football. I still think if you give Crowley a chance on that field goal, let him rip one, just see what you can do. But you know what?
That pass play to the corner of the end zone that burned off 12 seconds was huge.
That's the killer. That's the
killer. If you come underneath and try and get yourself 7 or 8 more yards, then you've got a workable.
Right.
You got 2 more. Exactly. You had 2 more. You had 2 plays versus 1.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's a quick hitter, kind of like we saw in Middleton on the play before.
Yep.
3 seconds, 4 seconds off the clock, Tom. You're right.
Moffitt came.
Tom's a lacrosse player too,
and he knows it. See, he could call it up here, but Moffitt's open on the bottom here at about the 25-yard line. You could have hit him. It's just not a good decision by Jones. But listen, he's got a chance to make it up now. Can still be the hero.
So the second overtime game in 5 weeks for the Bears. They won in overtime up at Nichols.
Yep.
On a missed extra point by the Nichols kicker, and then Coast Guard came down. Wagner had the big run, I believe, from like 24 yards out.
Yep.
And then kicked the extra point to win the game.
And that's big because guess what? These guys missed a kick already, so they missed an extra point.
Yes, they have.
So I mean, you may have an advantage here when it comes to that.
So obviously, if you're Coast Guard and you win the toss, you defer.
Yeah. You got to know what your team is doing.
Gotta know what you're going.
Got to know what you're going against. Exactly.
So some extra pay for you today, partner.
No, thank you.
Is overtime in the booth. Tom, you extra pay. Jackie, extra pay.
Jackie's still paying attention. She's still paying attention. That camera has been on every single big play that we've had all the game.
Yeah, down in the corner is a tough place to see here. Shadows have fallen here on almost the entire field at the academy.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention midfield.
Pierce, Robisky, and Wick will come out.
That defense has to be so exhausted. Now they got to play some more.
Gassed.
They got to play some more football.
Gassed.
It's like crazy.
What a tough, hard-fought football game this afternoon here. You talk about a Bears offensive team that has not scored in back-to-back third, fourth quarters of games. 2 games in a row they
Completely
haven't
blanked.
scored a point.
But they did score in overtime earlier this year. So it's got to be something positive. We can find
17-7 at halftime last week against Curry.
Yep, and that was the game.
That was the game. They didn't score a point in the second half.
So there you go.
Catholic wins the toss. They're going to go on defense, and Coast Guard will try and post up a touchdown and put some pressure on the Catholic offense.
That would be
That's
it.
the way it is.
I mean, Catholic has at least moved the football. They've at least scored 2 touchdowns in this half. Coast Guard hasn't done anything.
Ball replaced at the 25-yard line. Coast Guard there.
Overtime rules. Ball is placed at the 25-yard line and go from there.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the NCAA changed after the second overtime.
You got to go for 2?
You got to go for 2, and that's it. You go for 2.
Right.
It's basically a 2-point conversion, and that's it. If I do recall.
All right. So a little extra work for you, partner. A little extra work for me.
All good.
Players, coaching staff, homecoming festivities. Catholics played a good football game, patient football game. A couple of big drives in the second half.
The crowd has come alive, too, for this overtime.
Ball at the 25-yard line.
Wagner in the backfield. Middleton, Jamie, and Moffitt. A sprint roll out to Moffitt. That's an easy pitch and catch, good for about 7 yards that time between Jones and Moffitt.
Easy money there. Take what they give you.
I'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Coast Guard in overtime. Ball at the 18-yard line. Jones looks over the defense. Moffitt now switched sides in the formation. Jamie up top by himself. Pierce at tight end. Wagner. Middleton at the bottom of the set. Little quick screen to Moffitt. Try to make a man miss.
Oh.
Moffitt, great job. Andrew Fanaki on the tackle. What a nice stop.
That's a great play by Fanaki. A lot of Fairfax, Virginia guys out there right now, and that's a big-time tackle. It's holding on by a shoelace, basically.
Well, it's a big 3rd down for Coast Guard. 3rd and 6 from the 20. 3rd and 5. Check that. Jones. He's got Pierce. But that play is only good for a gain of 2. He had Moffitt in the flat wide open.
But Tom was yelling in my ear. He said Morales was wide open in the end zone, which he was. I mean, he literally was walking alone, got right behind the defense. And now it's a field goal. And this is a long one for Crowley.
35-yard field goal for Crowley.
35-yard field goal.
This is why you want to go on defense first.
Yes. Moffitt will hold. Snap, hold, kick, up, and it is no good.
Man. This is a gut punch right now. And now it's up to your best unit, your defense, to hold. I don't think Catholic has had that many kicks this season. But that'll come down to that. They got to stop him to get out of the end zone. They have talked about winning these close games, and you're right. No one within 15 yards of Miguel Morales. You got to see that. You got to see that.
All right, Catholic offense takes the field. Berger. Valera gets the call. Why not? Bounces to the outside, and he's got a seam. And Malera's inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. And Brian Malera can't say enough about this young man. He is the player of the game, in my opinion. We'll talk about that
Absolutely.
after.
We got a first and goal for the Cardinals.
Malera again stopped by Horner and Orlando. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8. Again, we are in overtime.
Well, it's just about Hart now. What Coast Guard can dig deep and find a way to stop this team. Goldsworthy on Gonzalez, I have a feeling might be a matchup to watch here.
Catholic wins this football game. Good for them. It'll be a
Absolutely.
disappointing loss for the Bears. Berger. Malera on the draw. Trying to stick his head down and get a little closer. Tackled at the 5 by number 35, Dan Dingus.
Well, this would force the field goal if they could just stop him right here. And again, you got to take your chances with that. This is really just one stop. You know Malera is probably going to get a look at it.
Or Berger on a keeper.
Or Berger
yeah,
on a keeper,
it's either 12
what
or
do you
4.
do? I think they're probably going to send some people here.
You guys got to sell out, don't you? That's Malera, and he's going to be tackled at about the 2-yard line.
Let's see. Did they send their kicker out here? They had a trouble earlier, and they want a timeout to think about this.
Yeah, I don't think you can't go for it here.
I don't
You got to
think you
take
can.
the field goal.
You
You
have
gotta,
to, but
I mean, it's a chip shot.
if you really
You don't trust Riley
don't
that
trust
much?
him. I mean, it's not Riley. It's the snap. Riley was 3 of 4 this year. He's 3 of 4 as long as 29. This is a chip shot. So you better tell your long snapper to get the ball down. But for Coast Guard, it's all about line somebody up, whoever your fastest guy is on the end, and let him go just make an all-out dive for a block. That's really all you can hope for here. This is an 0-4 football team coming in here, down 14-0 in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
And has come back and now has made it 14-14. And the second half woes we've seen on offense from Coast Guard have finally kind of come back.
It's been offensive,
Yeah,
yes.
literally,
The
it's
offense
been
has been
offensive.
offensive in the second half.
It's finally come back to bite them here.
Well, here we go. We're going to try a field goal.
And they're going to ice them.
Yep, Salvi is going to hold the football, and Riley will do the kicking.
The long snapper, I believe, is Chapella.
Number 9, is that what it is? Number
6.
Number 6.
I could be wrong.
I got Matt Grant.
Matt
number
Grant.
6.
Yep. Well, there's 2.
2 number 6s. We'll
Yes.
talk to the SID about that.
Yeah, we'll they
We'll
got
get on 'em.
too many players on the team over there. Well, obviously, this is a dire situation, but you can't let this one go. If they do,
You and I
end
will
up
wrap
losing.
this game up pretty quick. 'Cause
Right.
I got to get out of here.
Yeah,
I mean, you can close
that's
it
fine.
out.
We'll close it.
You can close it out. I got to get out of here as soon as the game's over. But I'll see you next week in Springfield.
Absolutely.
We'll lose a draw here.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Game-winning field goal attempt by Riley. It's going to be a 20-yard field goal. Hold and snap is everything. Snap is high.
Oh!
Salvi, gonna throw it. Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
He did it again!
Wow! Unbelievable!
The snapper did it again! That's incredible! They literally had an extra point. What in the heck could the officials be talking about right now? There is nothing that happened on that play outside of maybe a legal man downfield. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, ineligible touching, right? One of the
Right.
linemen tried catching
Right.
the ball, number 74. But I'm pretty sure he's not listed as a receiver.
Is that penalty going to be enforced? Catholic's going to get the ball first in double overtime. Is that penalty going to be enforced? Are they going to have to go 30 yards instead of 25?
Unbelievable.
Wow. You wanted it, you got it. You got it. That's
That is going to be
unbelievable.
illegal touching. Yes,
Yep.
it is. It's going to be enforced from the 30-yard line.
That's a big
That
penalty.
is unbelievable.
2 bad snaps. 2.
And look at the life on the sidelines for the Bears now, too.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. Here you go, defense.
Yep.
Got to make another
Go
play.
right back to it.
We got a life.
Buckle
Now
up
look
your
at the
seat strap.
offensive unit down on the right, chomping at the bit. Look at these guys. They're
Gotta
ready,
get it
huh?
in. Gotta get it in.
This is unbelievable.
Officials got to tell us. So if it's illegal touching, it
So
should
it's going to be enforced on the overtime. This is
Right.
First of all, this officiating crew is scatterbrained. They do not know the rules.
That's very true.
It's just,
I don't think they know the rules on this penalty because there might involve a loss of down here, but it seems as if it's just a 5-yard penalty.
they don't know. The referee doesn't
There's
know.
a penalty on that play. Is it enforced or not? Okay, oh, here we go. We're not entirely sure exactly where the ball is going to be placed because now they've talked to Coach George about this, and the officials are at the 25. That's where that's where Catholic should be in the normal circumstances, and they're not going to enforce this penalty. I guess not. I guess not. Here we go. Throws it underneath. Again caught by Malara, and he's down at the 22-yard line. They did not enforce that penalty.
No, it's not. I just got word from outside, from the people
Right.
I really know, not me or Tom. But they declined the penalty. Go to the second overtime.
Okay.
You're right. Second
Not
and
give
8,
them-
huh?
Not give them another field goal.
Number 4 is going to have about 60 touches before this game's over with.
Goodness.
Berger, little shovel pass out. What a
Nice
tackle
job.
that time. Mark Wick. Step up and make a play, son.
Missile. Absolute missile. He saw that the whole way and knocked Malara's ankles out. Now you got a 3rd down and 5. This has to be it right here. Make one stop. Force this team, although I'm not sure they can.
I don't think they'll try a field
They
goal.
can't try a field goal.
kick a field goal.
They can't. Not with the
This could be
snapper.
two-down territory. Defenses have to step up and make a play again. Berger looks left, checks it down in the flat. Goldsworthy steps up and makes a play. Close to the first down. No, he's well short of the first down. Goldsworthy woofing with Malara.
They are not going to do this.
It's going to be 4th down. They're going to try a kick.
Are you? This is crazy.
Wow.
This is absolutely crazy. The snapper is their center. Yeah,
Well, I'm kind of shocked that Catholic didn't go to Trey Carson, number 1, or Garcia. You know, something to make a play. It was number 4, number 4, number 4. Well, here we go. Same usual suspects that we just saw 2 minutes ago. High snap. Kick is blocked. Blocked. That kick was blocked by the freshman Coletti, number 33.
Yes.
Wow. How about a young buck? Jared Coletti off the edge, making the special teams play of the year for them.
Unbelievable. They love Coletti on this team. He does so many things. He's did so well in the preseason. He's gotten so much trust from his coaches, and he makes the biggest play of this game, blocking a field goal. Fantastic stuff from Coletti.
What an incredible football game. This
Incredible.
is- we had a double overtime game already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We had one.
Yeah,
Birch and
yeah.
Marine just
Yeah.
won. Birch and Marine getting a victory early, so why not their biggest rival get one too?
I got no voice left.
Put this in.
Well
Ryan.
worth it. Chris
Send us
Gardner
home.
in the backfield.
Send us
Send them home. Send them home. Gardner off the right side. It's Gardner. Fresh legs. Attaboy, Chris. Hang on to that football.
Oh my!
Hang on to that football. Catholics say they have it.
Is there a fumble? Oh man!
The official's going to rule him down.
Yep, they are.
Wow, Catholic thought they had a cookie there.
Goodness. That would have destroyed
Gardner,
this whole
big run,
game.
though. 6 yards on first down.
This game is crazy.
I can't call it, partner.
I don't know what else can happen in this football game.
How about the Bears put one in the end zone?
That would be it. That would be the best thing for us.
Wagner in the backfield. Middleton, Moffitt, Jamie. Wagner left side. Very close to a first down. Wagner's going to be about a half a yard short, so it's going to bring up third down.
And he's got that hole for just a half a second. Just closed so quickly.
Big close. Nice job up front by Catholic. Their defense has played well. We talk about the stagnant offense for Coast Guard. This defensive front's played pretty well for Catholic. Double overtime. Third down and 1. Ball at the 16. Wagner off the right side. Wagner sidesteps a defender. And there's some extra nonsense going on after the play. Don't throw the flag. First down, Coast Guard.
Wagner with a track star move right there. He hurdles a defender there to be able to get the first down.
And he's a wrestler. Tom, you know John Wagner? Tough kid? He's a tough kid, man. You can't tackle him by a leg or something like that. He'll run right through it. So first and 10, Coast Guard from the 14-yard line. Gardner, protect the football, Chris, and drag a bunch of bodies with you. That'll be second down and 7.
They continue to rotate bodies again. They don't want the Catholic to see anything the same from play to play.
I'd be shocked if this ball went in the air.
Why not? Just pound it.
I mean, if it's going in the air, it's going to number 8. Jones, Wagner, left side, big hole. John Wagner, cut back, touchdown. Bears win in overtime on homecoming. John Wagner, welcome to the house. Well, Dan, it's the little things that win or lose you a game. And right there, the missed snap in overtime and the botched field goal lost the game for Catholic.
So many plays in this game that made the difference. And what it comes down to is a game of inches. It's inches on a snap that make the difference. It's inches on a blocked field goal that make the difference. Just when we thought Coast Guard was dead, they survive again in a close game situation. And that's credit to the coaching staff for keeping them level-headed.
We're going to wrap things up here in the booth. We're going to keep the camera on the sound down so you guys can see the Alma Mater on homecoming day. We're going to see you guys next week against Springfield. Dan, you got a player of the game for me?
You know what? I got to give it to Coletti. Coletti making that play.
There you go.
Huge.
All right,
Coletti is their player of the game today.
Blocked field goal in overtime, a chip shot from 20 yards. The freshman Coletti is the player of the game. But I tell you, it's just fun to watch. It's nerve-wracking, but homecoming weekend, everybody here at Catholic played a hell of a football game. Coast Guard hung in there and made a couple plays down the stretch. I'm going to step aside. I think we're going to step aside. We're going to let you enjoy the festivities on the camera. We'll put the mics out there. Listen to the Alma Mater. Listen, we're 1-1 in the league. We're 4-1 overall. Tom, great job. Hope to see you this season, too. Jackie on the camera. Keith O'Brien, Dan Sampano, Coast Guard family nationwide. Be proud of you guys. They fought hard today for this victory. We will see you next week, 1:30. Springfield comes to town, and we owe them something. We owe them something. So enjoy the afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the festivities here. Go Bears, and we'll see you guys next week. But stick around for the Alma Mater right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in the stands after the conclusion of the team handshakes for the playing of the Alma Mater. Congratulations to the Bears. Great respect for Catholic University Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remain covered for the playing of the alma mater. Congratulations to the Coast Guard Bears. Have a safe trip home. Catholic University Cardinals.